Satan club at a Colorado elementary school while the Post actively disrespects the Catholic Church? I'll have the details 406.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. That's the phone number, and you can call in with any problem, question, or complaint. The important thing here is that we're on the forefront of problems, preventing problems. You know, every day I read on social media, and I read on Nextdoor and all the rest about problems that my listeners already know about, and they would not get popped. They are not going to get hounded by it because they know exactly what to avoid, what scams to avoid, and what to do. Now, this hour brought to you by 888heating.com. Just want to tell you that. 888heating.com has a very special, if you need a replacement, plus a $288 special with parts and labor for anything you need replaced on your furnace except the furnace itself and the major part like the heat exchanger. Everything else, parts, labor, and everything covered, $288. If you need something major, the call's free, but you get the free diagnostic. You're not going to beat that deal. All right, plus that's called Find, Fix, or Free. 888-HEATING, 303-770-2776. 770-2776. Welcome to the show. And how do we help you? Well, that's up to you. All you have to do is call us, and we can help you in any way. And there's quite a lot to talk about, as there always is in the world of consumer stuff. I will tell you that I said this yesterday, and I got calls, and I got some texts, and I went over the deals, and I confirmed that 9 out of 10 people who sent me messages were ripped off in a car deal. It's amazing to me how many people think they've made a good car deal and they were ripped off. The new scam in the car industry, and it's not a scam because it's all legal. I call it a scam. The new thing is the upsell in the F&I department. They will inevitably sell mop and glow. We call it mop and glow. It's funny money. They're going to sell you credit life, credit disability. They're going to sell you extended warranties that mean nothing at the time of sale. Nothing. I don't care what anyone says. Again, I've invited the Auto Dealers Association, automobile dealers, and anyone in the business to challenge me. When you buy an extended warranty at the time of sale, it runs concurrently with the factory warranty, and nothing, and I mean nothing, is covered by the extended warranty. Nothing at all. Nothing. You are buying the extra time after the warranty, so you are overpaying for those few years you get, if you get any. And not only that, there are all kinds of hooks in them. Please, I'm telling you, yeah, now I'm going to get one person out of 1,000 who's, oh, but I got a transmission, Tom. I disagree with you. Yeah, okay, the actuarials will tell you that once in a while they're going to pay for something. But the vast majority of people get absolutely ripped off. They pay $4,000 for these warranties. Then they buy other crap like anti-theft stuff, which doesn't keep any from stealing anything. These little etchings they put on windshields and parts, that doesn't keep. Not one thief in the world has ever looked at a windshield with an etch on it and said, I'm not stealing this car. Or they've never looked at a part and said, I'm not taking it. It's etched. What, are you kidding me? It's the biggest ripoff in the history of mankind when it comes to buying cars. The anti-theft. And then the window tinting. You can get it done cheaper. I love window tinting. Get it done cheaper aftermarket every single time. Same with clear bras. Same with anything you get done cheaper. Dealers are there to up the gross. That's what it's called. Upping the gross. And how do you up the gross? You get them to buy more stuff. And how do you do that? Well, you have them focus on a monthly payment. Because just a few bucks a month, that's all it is. You know, it just goes up $2 or $3 a month, and look what you get. I hate to say, but most car deals are moronic on the part of consumers. If you have a car deal, Call us and we'll examine it live on the air if you've just done a car deal. Better yet, I'd like dealers to put a car deal in writing. But here's what they do when you ask them to do that. They put the deal in writing, but not the F&I. Because then you say, well, yeah, I told one guy, this is a good deal. That's what I said. It's a good deal. It was so like 43 plus a trade. Guess what? He walked out of there paying $50,000 plus a trade. Why? Because they bought the funny money crap. I can't emphasize it enough. You will be ripped off in a car deal if you do not get help. You absolutely will be ripped off in a car. I can say that with certainty. So if you want to make a deal on a car, run it by us. Or if you made one, let me show you why you've been ripped off. And in some cases, you can undo the damage, not get the car done, get the car reversed, but you can undo some of the damage. I'm going to go to Jim on the phones. And as I said, I will take priority for phone calls. We also have a guest we're going to talk to about retirement planning. It's a topic for everyone, 35 and up. Actually, if someone was a genius enough to do it younger, they'd be rich. But anyway, let's talk, Jim. What's going on with you?
Hey, good morning, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I bought my grandson a used KTM dirt bike, a 2016. We didn't notice till we got it home that they had been jumping the title with the previous owners. And
what does that mean? Wait, hold on. What do you mean jumping a title with previous owners? None of that makes sense to me. Help me.
Well, apparently the DMV says that jumping the title is where you assign it to multiple people, like you were a car dealer, but you're not a car dealer.
You just keep
car
it blank.
Dealers are allowed to do it.
Jim, listen, I don't know how that can be done with multiple people, but here's what I think you're saying. What they do is the dealer does not take possession of the vehicle. They have the guy who traded it in or sold it to them keep the title blank. He signs the title and leaves it blank. You go into that dealer, and that dealer then assigns it to you. There's no way to do it to multiple people. It's either going to be one person or one person at a time. They don't assign it to multiple people. The point
well,
now,
that's the problem. They did.
Well, okay, but they can't. So there's something else going on. Now, what could have happened, Jim, is a buyer, let's say Tom, Dick, and Harry. Tom sells it to Dick and signs the title. But Dick does not take possession. Dick sells it to Harry. Harry takes the title. It was signed by Tom. It went to Dick, then it went to Harry. Harry goes to a dealer. Harry has the title signed by Tom, the original guy, and gives it to the dealer. The dealer now has 3 people it went through, Tom, Dick, and Harry, plus itself, and it doesn't take title. But then it assigns it to the new person, possibly your grandson. But the point is, it did not go from person to person. It went from the original person to the end person, and it skip titled. It doesn't. So I think you're understanding it wrong, but I need to know how this affects you. Let's just talk about your situation. You bought a dirt bike, and what happened?
Well, it's not in my name, and that's the problem.
Okay, hold on. The used dirt bike, where did you buy it?
I bought it from a private individual.
From a private party, okay. And when you bought it from a private party, did that private party have a title?
He had it, but again, it wasn't in his name. It was in the previous 3 owners' name.
Well, it can't be in 3 owners' names. So I need Jim.
It is.
Jim, you can't have a title in multiple names. Are you saying that multiple people signed the title?
Yes.
Then it wasn't in their name. So,
it.
Jim, man, I can help you, bro, but please listen. How many people back did it go from the person you bought it from?
3.
Okay. So it's Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? Just what I told you. They each signed it over to the other.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
How do I get a title in my name?
Well, did the guy that last had it sign it to you?
He gave me a bill of sale.
Well, I'm not talking about that. That's your fault if you didn't get a title. Why didn't you get his title signed over to you?
Well, that's what I'm calling you to help with.
Jim, you bought a dirt bike, right? Did you ask about the
Yes.
title?
I didn't look at it, Tom, until after I had already bought the bike.
So you do have a title.
Oh, yeah, I've got a title, but it's got other people's name on it.
Okay. You're saying it has somebody as the owner on the title, but on the back of it, that owner signed it over to someone, right?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. And then that someone signed it over to someone else. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
And then, okay, and then the latest one signed it over to you.
Yes.
So it is
I
signed.
went to the DMV.
So it is signed over to you.
But the other
but when I
people,
went to the DMV,
hold
they
on,
won't
hold on.
take
This is so simple, guys. The other people, Tom, did not go to DMV
I know
and
they
get a
did.
new title.
And DMV wants, each time that is signed over,
That's
DMV
right.
wants sales tax and
Yes.
fees. Okay. Well, Jim, so you did not get a title you can put in your name, but and those people jumping title cheated the state out of money. Okay, so they just kept trading that title and never took possession. Okay, so but it's not in their names. It's in one person's name.
That's right. Whatever's on the front of the title, you got to get a lost title and then have them sign it over to you.
Exactly. Now, did you ever contact the original person on the title?
Yes.
And is that person
I spoke
willing?
to all of them.
Huh?
I have spoke to all of the 3 people that had it.
Okay, hold on. I want to hear what they say and if they're willing to help. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, waterpros.net. They will do a whole house conditioner under $2,000 fully installed, softening, and here's what they do, a inline water filter for drinking at the sink of your choice, free of charge. That's waterpros.net. And then they're getting into some new purification that's unbelievable we're going to talk about coming up, waterpros.net.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future. In a world that's changing fast. For all of the things you may one day do play, and laugh. Do win and lose. Do learn from your mistakes.
You ready for what is this?
Do not be afraid.
Is he on?
Or make
Yeah, something's wrong.
What's wrong?
The log is wrong. But are you ready for Joe?
Yes.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do is just come to you right now. Here we go.
and always do your best.
One of the things we talk about on this show is investing and security and all of that. In a negative economy, what can people do to not lose money? That's one of our topics today. Joe Chiano with mymoneymyway.com will talk about that. Joe, what do people do in literally a negative stock market?
Well, Tom, the question is, how much money are people willing to continue to lose? I meet people every single day that they're losing thousands of dollars. I mean, how many times do they have to lose money before they do something differently? And we do that. We do something totally different than the other financial planners. We believe in certainty. We only have 2 simple products, 2 simple strategies that can rescue the money from the stock market danger into safety and keep it growing. And you see, when people understand that and when people actually see that, when they meet us, there's a side of relief in their face, knowing that their money is safe, and that's exactly what we do, Tom.
Yeah, and you're going to, if people want to meet you face-to-face, no sales job, just pure information, and if they want to ask questions, you have a seminar coming up on the 23rd, 6:30 in the evening, and you have also one on the 25th, 11 in the morning on a Saturday, and they can find out more by calling you, 303-779-6600. That's 303 779-6600. And, of course, they'll talk to you privately as well. You don't have to go to a seminar, but those seminars are wonderful because you get feedback from a bunch of people, a bunch of questions and answers. MyMoneyMyWay.com, 303-779-6600.
Spring travel is
And we received your voicemail regarding some issues that you're having. So if you can call into the show, you can get some help from us. 303-713-8255. Again, that number is 303-713-8255.
You were saying that somebody who
Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.
Twice. Yeah, my whole life.
That's it.
Yep. So when he said spit, it's kind of.
All right. Here's the voice.
Ooh, it's hard.
It is hard work.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
God,
name's
why am I
Scott.
here?
Yeah.
Hello? How come I don't hear anybody?
What do you want to hear?
Who's the guest? Who's over there?
Oh, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies.
I see
We
people.
have Jairus and Josh.
Who's got the little seat? I get them confused. Who's who?
Now you can. Hold on. Now you can.
Yeah, this is Jairus. I'm the one sitting in the drum stool.
Got it. At least get a snare drum or something.
Very comfortable. I feel like spinning around a couple of times.
Okay, so that title.
They got to get a duplicate, and then he's just got to go have the original people sign it.
Yeah, and keep the other guys out of it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he was able to reach all three of the previous people. Where does he live?
He could literally find out the fees for each one and sue them in small claims court for costing him this, but that would be long and arduous.
Arduous?
I
Yeah.
think. Oh, that was from your carpet.
Arduous. Huh. I didn't even hear it in the sentence, so I'm going to look it up.
Okay.
Can you use that in a sentence, Bob?
Arduous. Steve Arduous, New York.
Involving or requiring strenuous effort, difficult and tiring.
Interesting.
Arduous.
Can you spell it, Mark?
Fuck no, man. I can't even find the definition because I can't even come close to spelling it.
He had a spelling test at Los Dos
How the hell
last night.
how do you spell it? Go ahead, Smarty.
What?
Arduous.
Say the word right.
Go ahead, Tom. Say it again.
I can't hear
Arduous.
Tommy.
Arduous.
Are you sure?
Yes, arduous.
Use that in a sentence, Bob.
It's
I'll
fucking
I'll
arduous.
play it from Google. Hold on.
The word is arduous.
Arguious. Arduous.
You should download Verdict with Ted Cruz right now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Frank Duran, the real estate man. You need him now more than ever. I hear rates are going to go up again. People are afraid to sell their house. They don't know what they'll get. Actually, the real estate market's not suffering too much right now. He'll do a free market valuation of your home and tell you what it will sell for based on his vast experience, and he comes pretty damn close. If anything, he gets more than he says. Frank Duran, the real estate man, free, no obligation, 303-920-1622 for that analysis. So, okay, Jim, here's what you could do. Now, technically, in a perfect world, here's what the state wants to see. When somebody sells a bike and they sign the title, they want the new owner to register it or to at least pay the sales tax and all that, and then take ownership. Then they want them to sign it to the next person, and that next person do the same thing. They want fees on each and every transaction. Skipping title means you skip title, meaning you go from one to the other without possession. Now, that, by the way, is done way more than people believe. Way more. The easiest way to get through this, the easiest way, now, it may not be technically 1,000% correct, but no one will ever know because it's never been recorded on someone else's name. You go to the original owner on the face of the title and ask that owner to please apply for a lost title. And then when they get the title, they sign it over to you. That's the way you do it. But you keep a copy of the other one just in case they go south. But, Jim, will the original owner deal with you?
Yes, but the DMV told me that that was fraud because they did not originally sell it to me, and that would be illegal.
Jim, let me ask you something. If that original title that you have is torn up and thrown away after the new one comes in, tell me how anyone will ever know that two other people were on that title. Tell me.
The DMV said that they have it in the record now.
No, they don't.
I try to do it illegally.
Okay, Jim, listen. I'm not going to this is not a debate show. This is a question and answer show. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you this, that the easiest way to do it, and I told you not 1,000% legal, but no one will ever be prosecuted. No one ever will be prosecuted or charged, and I'll tell you why. Because there's no crime, there's no victim, there's no loss. What I'm saying is the original owner gets a title. He signs that title over to you. You pay the sales tax and all of that. Now, technically, did that original owner sell it to two other people? Yes. Technically, should those two other people have paid sales tax on that? Yes. Okay, so, Jim, if you don't like what I'm saying, here's what you need to do. You need to get the second owner to register it in their name and pay all the taxes. Then to sign it over to the third owner who registered it in their name and pays all the taxes. Then that person sells it to you and you register and pay all the taxes. It will take a year and a half with the way title is going, and you'll have a clean title the way you want it. If you do it the way I tell you, you're going to have it in a few months, and no one will ever know. But I don't care if you do it my way. I don't even care. I have no problem with you doing it 1,000% correctly. Or you can simply sue the guy you just bought it from because he could not deliver a clean title and get your money back. That's what you can do, right? Aren't those the options? Do it the correct way over a year and a half, or do it the quick way, or get your money back. What other options are there, Jim?
Well, the DMV said I have to go to Parks and Wildlife because it is an off-highway vehicle and that I need to register it through Parks and Wildlife.
Jim, I'm not asking you that. I'm saying what other options do you have than having the first guy sell it to the second guy pay the fees, the third guy pay the fees, and then you guys pay the fees, or have the original guy sign it over to you, or get a refund. What other option is there, Jim?
Well, unfortunately, they live on the western slope, Tom, so going to the DMV with them is difficult.
Right. So Jim, sue the guy in small claims court. How much you pay for it?
$3,500.
Get your money back. Get a judgment. Where's the guy that sold it to you?
He lives here in town.
Sue him in small claims court. And here's the deal. Jim, there are no other options. What were you hoping we would tell you? I'm really curious because I love helping, but what were you hoping you would hear?
Well, the DMV says this process is straightforward, yet it is time-consuming.
It's a year and a half.
You understood.
It's a year and a half if you do it the right way. But that's assuming, listen, let me tell you the risk you're taking. First, the first guy's got to take the title, and he's got to register it and put it in his name. But he already signed it to someone else. So they still need to get a lost title. They still need to get a new title. And then he needs to sign it over to the second guy. Now, you're hoping the second guy, once he titles it in his name, is going to release it to the third guy. Because he may not. He may say, I just got myself a free dirt bike. Or the third guy has to then register it in his name and pay the fees. And
they're not going to do that. They're not going to pay the fees.
And who says they're going to pay the fees? The sales tax on those things. Do you really believe, Jim, that they're all going to do that?
No, that's why the DMV has a process to circumvent this.
Jim, the DMV does not have a process to circumvent this. The DMV is as helpless as you are when people don't do it the right way. The DMV.
Well, that they are. You are right about that. They have no idea how their own system works because I get a different answer from each person.
That's right, Jim. Because truly, those people transferring when Party A sold it to Party B and signed the title, there is no record at the state unless Party B records it. There's no record. If Party B then signs it to Party C and has no and Party C did not record it, there's no record. Therefore, Party A could get a lost title and come and get it from you. I mean, I'm telling you that this is ass backwards, but you're already stuck in it. Get your money back. That's the easiest solution. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. One thing I hate doing is repeating myself when I'm right. That's it. And the only reason I'm right is because I've been through this 45 years, and I can tell you people that I hear the same things over and over and over. It just goes in a cycle, and I try to impart to you what has been said in the past and what has been done and what has been successful. So the thing is, what I can't do is agree with anything that is wrong. I mean, I can't say, oh, yeah, you're right, just go ahead and do it. When he said there's a record at the state of these transactions and he'll be popped for fraud, he's absolutely wrong. There is not one way in the world anyone is going to be arrested for fraud if the original owner agrees to sign that title directly to you. Right, Mark? Do you see? How would anyone know Party B and C existed? No one would. I
have no idea. I mean, he told them that was one way, and they might be able to note something in the system, but my guess is if he walked in there with the original title sent to him only, there'd be no problem getting it registered.
Of course not.
But I would do, if they do live on the western slope, that could be a pain in the ass. I'd go back to that first guy and sue him, just like you said.
Has anyone enjoyed Restaurant Week?
No, it's a ripoff, if you ask me. It used to be great. It sucks.
They lowered the price to $45. We went 3 times and had 3 spectacular experiences.
Where'd you go?
I knew you were going to ask that. Last night, Del Frisco's Grill in Cherry Creek. The night before that, honest to God, I had 2
but hold on. Let's just go there. What did you get for $45 at Del Frisco's Grill?
You get a steak or pork chop. Or, I believe, salmon. They have a fish. You have, first of all, an appetizer. Then you have that. Or the appetizer meaning a starter, not necessarily an appetizer, like a salad or whatever. And then you get that, and then you get a dessert. You get 3 courses.
We looked. We couldn't find any restaurants we liked that are generally on there.
They added them, Mark.
Oh, they did?
In the last week. I just didn't tell you.
Yeah, when we looked, Del Frisco's wasn't on there. Perry's wasn't on there.
No, I'm talking
about... There was like nothing.
I'm talking about Del Frisco's
Grill
in Cherry Creek. Wonderful restaurant. In fact, I would never go to regular Del Frisco's anymore. If you have this grill, it's airy and light and beautiful, and it's way better, in my opinion. I don't know if they meant to compete with themselves like that, but Restaurant Week, I don't know why they went from $52.80 to $45, but that's what it is now, $45. In every restaurant we've been to, it was $45.
No, that's how. So they're either, I want to say 35, 45, and I think the top's 45, but it's been that way for a while. It's never been $52.80. You're thinking of a different thing.
No.
I thought that's what Restaurant Week used to be.
Maybe a long, long time ago.
Okay. Anyway, 303-713-TALK. We got more coming right up. And I want to urge people to call before you get into trouble. Now, this guy, when he bought a dirt bike, why would he not ask for the title right up front? Why would anyone just not ask for that? That's what you want. Denver Regen will do stem cell therapy still, even though a lot of people think stem cell therapy is no longer an option. It really, really is. Real stem cell therapy, that is. DenverRegenerativMedicine.com, DenverRegen.com, I should say, DenverRegen.com. Here's what you do. Call and get a free consultation with a stem cell doc, 833-STEM-GEN, 833-STEM-GEN.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
After a busy morning, we're back to green and clean speeds throughout the Denver metro, with one exception up on the north end of town. I-25 southbound before Thornton Parkway, a recent accident has been all cleaned up. We're still seeing slow traffic back from 120th. I-70 east and westbound flowing free from the foothills to DIA and back again. South of DIA, I-225 north and southbound. It's an easy drive for our friends in Aurora and DTC. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies, drizzling rain out there today. Overall high of 41 degrees this afternoon, overnight low of 26. Tomorrow, more clouds with a high of 43. The current temperature in Denver is 30 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
How do you save someone from a snake bite? Well, you milk a snake, of course. We have the story of a man who does.
Here you go, these two.
This week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, whether you're doing a simple buy-sell agreement with real estate, or maybe you have an easement agreement, or maybe you have a financing agreement, you're going to hold the paper, or the seller's going to hold the paper for you, you need someone to go over real estate documents. What if you have a big lease coming up, or a commercial lease, something very complicated, or you have a conflict with a neighbor over borders or over eminent domain or something? Bradley O'Brien at O'Brien Legal Services specializes in real estate law. That's what they do. If you need help, remember, olslaw.com, olslaw.com. That's for O'Brien Legal Services, 720-370-7388. You know, I believe in specialists, so if you have a septic problem and you want someone to fix your septic system or to install a new one, who are you going to call? Boonstra Excavation. That's otherwise known as Septics Colorado. That's Boonstra Excavation, septiccolorado.com. They can do any part of the septic system, the old kind, new higher tech kind with lift stations and power pumps and alarms. And here's the deal. They can do leach fields. They can do any and all. Here's what they do. 20% off all goods and services. 970-278-6151. septiccolorado.com.
All right.
Mike Lester.
You sit down with somebody and they put themselves out there as an advisor.
It's $45.
There's no stake for it. I mean,
is Kelly on the hook here?
Or whatever.
Yeah, she's yucking it up on the phone.
I want her to look at show notes when she gets a chance.
Okay.
He's asking about Kelly.
Oh.
Did you put in a trouble ticket on that one?
No.
Would you please?
Yes.
Steak frites. Fritz.
So did you want to go on air?
What the hell is that? What is a prime flank steak Fritz?
Frites?
What did Mike Rosen love?
Yeah, they don't really work cases off air.
My favorite salad of all time. Steak flank.
They did add a lot of shit, though. When we looked a couple weeks ago, it was
What
bad.
are Fritz? They're like, it's like sliced steak, Mark.
Oh.
Frites or French fries, right?
So it's a,
Huh?
Pommes frites, French word for French fries?
I have no idea. I don't even know how to say the word. I'm saying Fritz.
It's sliced.
Yeah,
it's a cheesesteak without the bun.
Steak frites. Yeah, it is at...
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
That the last 230s came out to 90. Just wanted to let you know. I don't normally tell you, but you know.
I didn't see Perry's, but I didn't also look. 677, 635,
Didn't know if I got them wrong. They were both 30s, right? They're gone now, but still.
We used to love it.
Oh, it was
we
great.
had weeks
jam.
we went every single night.
Yep.
Yeah, we'd have our reservations.
I'll tell you something that's gone to hell's a burger battle. It's gone straight to shit.
Really?
It was horrible last time. They upped the price and half the stuff was there.
Makes them cranky just thinking about it.
It does, man.
By the way, I just looked. Golden
Okay.
Corral.
Yeah.
$45 menu, dinner for 8.
Yeah.
Dinner for 8.
Okay, Jay Brett's, I got him on the calendar, Excel. Okay, here he was.
Okay, 963. Now I'm gonna run this gosh dang donging gunning la la la.
Boom snap. March 28th.
I hate the way this works.
Tom, the art of granite was when people ask me where to buy countertops, I say the art of granite.
20% off labor. Natural stone like granite.
Is there anything else I could tell you about it?
Yes.
That's
good with enough. The kitchen countertop, the free sink with your bathroom vanity, plus 20% off labor. Natural stone like granite, quartzite, marble, and engineered stone like the ever popular.
Is that playing right now?
You can even get an estimate on the phone. 303-386-5919, 386-50.
I need completely.
I was playing it for Tom, so he'd know which one to replace.
I'm going to send you what I need for
them.
them.
But that was on the
Tom.
air just now.
Mark, I thought I did new ones for you.
If those are them, we need new ones again.
Because it's still squeezed through a rat's butt.
Well, guess what? Those are old spots, so there's something crazy, okay? Because they worked for years.
I know. They sound like they came from the loudspeaker on the Titanic.
Let me send you what Tom sent me.
Hang on.
Like a week.
630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Kelly, do me a favor and call Integra Health for line 1 before she even gets on. And Catherine, hang on.
Okay.
We're going to get some experts to help you with that. And Steve, your turn. What's happening? Hi, Steve.
How are you doing, Steve? How you doing, Tom? I'm
Good.
sorry.
I
just wanted to call up and see if you have any recommendation. My wife and I have a Hilton Honors timeshare. You know, they call it differently. But we want to get out of it.
Sure you do. Like everyone, it's financial herpes. Why do you want to get out of it?
Well, we're not using it as much as we thought, and everything is just going up in cost. We pay every other year. That's the lowest contract term or whatever that we agreed upon. So we pay every other year the fees and stuff like that.
What are the fees? Wait. Do you pay one lump sum a year?
Yes, every other year, Tom.
How much?
I think last year we paid right around $1,200. It went up since we bought it in 2018.
Sure it did, and the value went down. Timeshares are the worst investment you can ever make, other than a mobile home.
Right.
Now, here's the deal. There's only one legit timeshare exit plan that I know. And I wanted to say something about the industry. They're liars, cheaters, and ripoffs. Okay? Because they say, here's how they get around it. They say they guarantee to get you out of it, or you get your money back. The guarantee reads like this. If they present you with an offer to get out of it, and you turn it down, they've earned their money. So, Steve, some people have been presented with contracts to get out of it, but they have to pay $10,000 to get out. So how is that? How is that getting out of it? Would you pay $10,000?
Right.
Well, okay. So these clowns. That was the timeshare exit team. I think was the name of it. And as I remember, there were a lot of people that endorsed them. I endorsed them for a month or so before I found out their game. And then they would lie to people saying that their estate and their heirs would be strapped with the contract. What I'm saying is this. You're not going to find a good timeshare exit team except for one. The Finn Law Group. F-I-N-N. The Finn Law Group. F-I-N-N.
Okay.
In Florida.
And that's here in Denver?
No, Florida.
Oh.
Call him.
Florida.
They're
Okay.
good. He's a good, honest lawyer, and he gets people out. And he doesn't. You know, there were some exit teams that actually had arrangements with developers of timeshares. They would let him out. They would let him out, and then the timeshare people would simply resell, and then they would burn and churn clients. They'd send them back to each other. The whole industry sucks.
So you said Finn Law Group out of Florida, correct?
Yeah, Finn is in Frank. Finn, F-I-N-N, like in a fish fin.
Okay.
Yeah, but 2 N's, right. Okay.
I greatly appreciate that, Tom.
I hope you get out of there. 303-713-8255. We have more coming up, and one of the things I want to talk about is a new way to purify water. Yeah, that's coming up. Plus, we're going to talk about some of the biggest pitfalls people face reaching retirement. When is it too late to plan for retirement? I'll tell you what the answer is. It's too late when you don't have enough time to gather enough money. No matter what anyone says, it's too late. Because in order to retire, you have to have money. And if anyone tells you you don't need money, they're wrong. You absolutely, positively need an accumulated amount of money. Jarish, wouldn't you say I'm saying Jarish with Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies? Am I telling the truth or not? You need accumulated money.
Yep, that's absolutely correct, Tom.
Either in a retirement plan or a 401k or savings, but if you don't have a lump sum of money, you're not going to retire well.
It's hard for us to help anybody that doesn't have any assets.
They can have Social Security and stuff, but it's not there's no need for a retirement plan.
If you want to be relegated to Social Security and that program the rest of your life with nothing extra, then don't worry about the planning.
So, and then how do you accumulate money? Well, that's anyone's guess. There's all kinds of ways to do it, but I'm just telling people straight up, if you do not have accumulated money, you're not going to have income. Correct. You're just not. You're just not. Now, how much accumulated money do you need? I'm going to venture a guess. I'm going to say $100,000 minimum. Now that doesn't mean all at once, but 100. And by the way, if you retired with $100,000, I think it would be piss poor.
Yep, you would. But believe it or not, we've got plenty of clients who have that much or less, and they're just happy as can be because their standard of living is such that
you live accordingly.
So
you can't live on credit cards and pretend you're rich.
Yep.
But listen, there's each to their level, and I don't mean that as a put down. I mean that you seek the level you want, and then you go for it. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that and more coming up. We have Integra Insurance to talk about. Connect for Colorado for Catherine right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Despite the wintry weather outside, it looks like an easy drive throughout the Denver Metro as we approach that 11 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound showing posted speeds from one end of town to the other for the first time all morning. I-70 east and westbound flowing free from the foothills to DIA and back again. That trend continues out west all the way to Grand Junction. Back to town and on the south end, I-225 north and southbound. No complaints for our friends in Aurora and DTC. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies out there with a high of 41 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 26. Tomorrow, cloudy again with a high of 43. The current temperature in Denver is 30 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
What would you do to save a life? For Charles Jackson French, swimming through shark-infested waters. Be sure to catch this week's
Here you go, these three
stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, I love the deals at EuroPlumbingColorado.net. The best water heater deals in the business. A 40-gallon heater, $12.99, fully installed with the old one taken away. New supply lines for water and gas. And if you want a 50-gallon, it's $13.99. You'll never find a better deal. Ream or A.O. Smith, 6-year warranties. Tear out and haul away the old one free. And you will love the deal. EuroPlumbingColorado.net, 303-668-6844. I'll tell you who else you will love. Made in the shade, made in the shade, window coverings for your home or business. By the way, they're on the referral list at referralist.com, or you can Google Made in the Shade, all the famous brands. That's right, Hunter Douglas, Norman, Alta, Graber, Comfortex, Rainier, and more. They do blinds and shades and shutters, whatever you need that's made in the shade. All budgets. They install, they shop, they measure, and estimate free. 720-458-6566. 720-458-6566. If you need extra cash, David Ellis Jewelry, it's not just a beautiful jewelry store to go shopping. It's a great jewelry store to sell stuff. Like used jewelry. It doesn't even have to be junk. He'll give you a fair price. Or you may want to simply sell junk where they weigh it and pay it. David Ellis Jewelry, 303-322-8779, 3rd and Clayton.
You.
Marty should be coming back soon, huh?
April 29th.
You're pretty friendly with him, aren't you?
Yeah, we talk almost every day.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
I like when they
Did
turn
you see
out
that
to
email?
be guys in West Africa.
Are you responding to him?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
God, that movie was so bad. Just the worst.
It was
movie.
like
You only made it 30 minutes, right?
45 maybe.
God.
It was family friendly. Like we thought it was going to be gory, scary.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of that scary you bring your 9-year-old to. It was stupid. You know, like family scary. It's like corny. There, that's the good word for it.
That guy's pretty funny, though. It's a funny email. I should sue him for a waste of time.
You should.
That was 30 minutes of our lives we will never get back.
Yeah.
This was crazy. This guy, this wacko took a spoon and stabbed a stewardess, or I'm sorry, I'm going to hear it now, a flight attendant.
A flight attendant person.
Like 3 times, man. Then all the other people grabbed him.
And that's how it's going to go for the rest of eternity.
God, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
If someone accidentally leaned on his neck too long, we wouldn't have an issue going forward.
I don't want a damn plastic spoon. That's what I will start stabbing you with, and it's going to hurt more. So don't. Yes. Now, actually, a foon. I think a foon is much more dangerous than a spork. It's more forky than a.
I wonder if they allow chopsticks on a plane.
I love it.
But Mark, did you hear about this guy?
Airline had her
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know, but
the way home, they
do
got
you know
caught.
that he was a mental health patient in the past? And do you
Nice.
know he
Doesn't
sued
look dangerous.
he sued in federal court for $50 billion in damages because he wanted the right to carry as a free citizen concealed weapons or other weapons on an airline along with explosives.
Sure, we just got ripped off by the taxi cab driver.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Take her sewing nerd knitting needles.
Suzanne can't hear you is why she can't
Is she
hear
just
you.
blathering on?
I
Like
emailed Dominic.
AG, it's a broken spoon is what they said. They probably snapped the head off of it.
Sure. Make it a shiv. Little
Yeah.
prison shiv up in the old Spirit Blue.
Listen, if you don't know how to make a shiv, you shouldn't be going to the big house.
You should learn that before you go to the big
What was
house.
that movie where the guy's training the other guy because he's going to prison? That was a pretty good
Oh,
movie.
Yeah.
Silver Streak?
It was a black dude. I forget what
That's
actor.
close.
God, it wasn't.
Here we go.
I just.
An iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 8255. So Catherine has an issue with Connect for Colorado. Now, I just have Integra listening and John Jones because they deal with Connect for Colorado a lot. They help people with health insurance on and off the exchange, by the way. Catherine, what are your issues?
Me with Connect for Health Colorado, it's kind of a dual beef I have, also including Cigna. So in December of 2022, I was told my Cigna insurance was no longer going to be available on the marketplace. I need to pick a new policy, which I did in December, got it all approved, was told what my premium would be minus the subsidy, and I was very comfortable with that premium.
And who are you going to, wait, who are you going to go with?
Cigna.
I thought you said Cigna was no longer available.
Oh, no. My plan on Cigna was no longer available. I had to pick a new plan.
Okay, got it.
In 2023. Sorry.
Got it. Okay.
So I picked another Cigna plan and was very happy with the results and got it. And come January, I don't get any message from Cigna like, here's your new account, here's your new medical card, here's your premium. So I called Cigna. And I said, what's going on? Do I have a policy? And they said, yes, you do, and it's $875 a month. And I said, well, actually, through the marketplace, I got a subsidy of $700-something, so the premium should be $137. And they said, no, ma'am, it's not. And so, long story short, for the past 2.5 months, I have been trying to get Connect for Health Colorado and Cigna to communicate about the proper amount of my premium. And one thing leads to another. One hand blames the other. They do these tickets and these escalations, at Cigna and Connect for Health. And I still don't have this resolved. I can't afford $800 a month for my new Cigna policy. Therefore, Cigna terminated me. So now I have nothing. Cigna shows I have nothing. Connect for Health shows that I still have Cigna. They haven't gotten word yet from Cigna that I'm terminated. So
all right, hold on, and we'll have Integra. We're going to have Integra weigh in on this after the break and figure out what you do. I found problems too when insurance companies don't communicate with insurance companies. I mean, insurance and the state. Hold on.
Planning. Thanks. Okay, do you mind checking with Integra to hear if he heard enough or?
I want him to hang on.
Hey, John, sorry about that. Our phone's cutting out.
No, I lost Integra right as she started to talk. I hit the wrong button.
I can recap it.
Yep. No, I figured that.
Yeah.
But I felt bad. It's just.
Yep. Yep. Yep, that's it. Okay, hang on. Yep, he's all on the same page.
What was the one they whistled in the Breakfast Club?
It wasn't the Bridge Over the River Kwai thing like you're doing now.
Nah, that's something else. That's it.
Yep, and he's saying it was also in Breakfast Club. That makes sense.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, when they're on the lever and they like...
Now, did you know this?
Huh.
He does the...
Is backwards.
What?
Who would have thunk?
Just like just like when Obama was running and Yes We Can, if you played it backwards, is I Love Satan or something like that. Did you ever hear that?
That's Ozzy, baby.
We know.
You can play the entire album backwards and the devil will appear right there and then.
Lori Lightfoot?
Yes.
Did you hear that's how people were saying is that somebody must have said Lightfoot 3 times because she's gone.
What's the one you can't say in the mirror?
Candyman.
Candyman, yeah. Lightfoot. That'd be way scarier than Candyman. I would take Candyman any day.
Any day.
God.
That dude's just misunderstood.
And then how about the one they voted in Pennsylvania? He's in a freaking mental ward or something for depression.
GQ puts him on the cover as...
Anybody in Pennsylvania deserves what they got.
They essentially voted for Patrick from Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
and they say that I'm the stupid one. Hey, I'm enjoying this vacation plan south of the border. That's fun. Go down there for a butt lift and get your head cut off.
Man.
Whoops.
What's your favorite horror movie of all time, Shannon?
Besides CNN?
Yeah.
Let me see.
MSNBC.
Here's my big problem is I am 8 kinds of wussy. I can't do horror movies.
Oh, so you don't even like them.
It was so funny.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, baby.
No, I'm out. First wife couldn't watch that sort of stuff, but she loved Poltergeist and things like that.
Oh, those are pussy movies.
And I'd say, well, not Texas Chainsaw, but she couldn't watch like The Godfather.
I don't like being startled.
I spit on your grave.
Do not startle me, or I am your enemy. I swear.
Well, she couldn't do these mafia movies like Goodfellas and stuff and Casino, but she loved
Casino when they bury those two at the end. Oh, I love it.
But she'd say, I can't watch that, and I say, but you're watching Poltergeist. If we don't borrow money from the mob, we're probably not going to get killed. But I can't rule out the wall coming alive and eating us. So
Poltergeist. You know who starred in that?
No, well, besides Coach from
the baby. Well, she was a baby at the time. That's Drew Barrymore.
As a baby in Poltergeist?
Yeah, she's like what, 3 years old?
Well, no, but not
No, you're thinking of Carrie.
She and I were
Carrie's on.
No.
What was her name? Carrie something.
Drew Barrymore.
Here we go.
She was born same exact day as me.
Drew Barrymore, Poltergeist.
Here we go.
She's the fucking star of it.
No.
No, she's not.
This is good.
Yeah, that's it. Boom. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
What is he doing to us?
It's not.
How did you? What do you mean it's not?
It cannot be.
You've never watched it then. She was 6 years
the
old.
original Poltergeist?
She was 6 years old. She was the star of the movie. Oh, my God. Okay, you're right. It's not.
Because the girl's dead as part of the curse of Poltergeist.
Yeah, that whole movie was cursed.
What are you talking about? What are you guys even talking about?
Which Google do you have? Your Google is what? How do you spell Google? You're using
You guys
the wrong
must
Google.
be thinking of like some new Poltergeist. Poltergeist is fucking 40+ years old.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The little girl is dead, and so is the teenager that.
Yeah, but it's Drew Barrymore. That's not real life.
It's Heather O'Rourke.
Heather O'Rourke. Yes.
Is the actress who's all gone now.
Oh, you guys are just crazy. I don't even understand what to say.
We are totally right.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
And the teenager.
You know what? You might pull this shit on Tom. I ain't buying it. If you don't think Drew Barrymore was the girl in Poltergeist, you're both nuts.
It's not.
Okay.
Just look it up.
Are you doing that to Tom? What are you trying to do? Are you gaslighting Tom again?
No, see, they're trying to gaslight me.
Just look it up.
I know. It's so easy to look up, but they don't.
Drew Barrymore.
IMDb.
1982. Heather O'Rourke.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
What do you mean, whatever? What's going on in there? I'm very concerned now.
I can't believe this is such a...
We're going to... I always like the joke about the woman who's the psychic in there.
Of Zelda Rubinstein.
If she were to freak out and run crazy through the streets, you know what it would be? A small medium at large.
Hold on a second.
She was in 16 Candles, too. She played the organ.
No.
The organist.
No. 16 Candles.
Who
was the main girl?
The woman, is that the woman from
that has
Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
No. That's Edie McClure.
No,
I love Edie.
That's Drew Barrymore as well.
As far as I can throw him.
Well, yes, everybody's Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore was in 16 Candles.
Well, Ed, you shouldn't be throwing anybody with your bad knee. And you remember her as the realist, as the car rental counter lady in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes, she was. She had to fight with
Edie McClure.
Who's Edie McClure? I don't know who that is.
Give me a fucking Dodge.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That was Woody Allen.
What is happening in there?
Woody Allen and who was the guy from the Honeymooners? The big fat guy.
Ralph Cramden.
Ralph Cramden from the Honeymooners.
Not
Jerry.
Art Kearney. It was.
Jerry,
it wasn't Art. Don't try to gaslight me.
Yeah.
Jerry. Who played Ralph Cramden? Jerry something.
The Honeymooners with the stars Art Carney, Audrey Meadows, and Joyce Randolph.
And then who played?
The main guy. He was, Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
The hell's his name?
Oh, give me a Diablo burger and
What's his? How do we not know one of the best comedians ever?
Jackie Gleason. Yay!
Thank
I knew
you.
it started with a J.
Oh, and it starts that way. Jackie Gleason, The Honeymooners.
Wow. Here we go.
Just good radio. 630 K-How.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Don't forget 888heating.com. If you want a furnace replacement, they have some specials. They have the 288 Find, Fix, for free special. That means anything they find, they can fix for $288 with parts and labor guaranteed. But there's also some other stuff going on that you want to know about, like specials. They are giving over $1,000 off, plus more than $1,000 in whole house air quality equipment with a replacement. 888 Heating, 303-770-2776. Welcome to the show, and we need to talk about this. Catherine said she connected to Connect for Health Colorado. Now, I want to say something. Communication with health insurance and portals often gets screwed up, and health insurance and drug manufacturers and health insurance and all kinds of stuff. So it's not a perfect system, but she said she went to Connect for Colorado to buy a new plan. She was required to buy a new plan because her Cigna plan was discontinued. She stayed with Cigna and was supposed to get some subsidies. But when Cigna sent her the premium bill, how much was it, Catherine?
$875
For the month?
for the month.
Okay, and you had subsidies, and what should it have been?
It should have been $137.
Wow. Okay.
So of course I couldn't pay that.
Yeah, but at the end, you still will get your credits, even though you're paying it now. At the end, I think you get the credits, don't you?
Well, let's talk. Let's talk to John Jones at Integra Insurance. They're the ones we use to do everything on and off the exchange for our health insurances. They're geniuses. They've helped me tremendously with a supplement for Medicare. So, John, what's the story on tax credits?
Well, and you're
or
correct.
Subsidies.
I mean, you can get tax credits either in advance. It's called APTC, or Advanced Premium Tax Credit, and the government basically advances the dollars up front based on the projected income you put into the application. Or you take the tax credit as long as you buy the plan through the marketplace through Connect for Health Colorado. You can also pay full cost for premiums up front and get the tax credit at the end. But that doesn't help. I mean, obviously, the difference between $800 and something a month and $100, that's significant, right?
Yeah, if you don't have the cash flow, it doesn't matter if you get it at the end.
Exactly, correct. So, I mean, based on listening to the story, and yeah, there were glitches certainly with the enrollment system this year that caused tax credits to disappear. Depending, like if you added a plan to your cart and then left and came back in and then went through the checkout process and submitted the enrollment, the tax credits went away. You had to do everything in kind of one move there to get it through because there were glitches in the system that would cause that issue. And so I guess my question, it sounds like you got tickets, you called Connect for Health, you were back and forth with them. So here's the big issue is the communication, Tom. You're right. You have one system communicating with these health insurance carriers, these other systems, and that can take literally as things are changed or as information is changed on an application or updated, that can take up to 21 business days with a carrier. Well, the carrier doesn't see that, and the carrier just is running through their system sees, well, a payment hasn't been made. And so their system, through automatically, if a payment's not made, regardless of whether or not it's the correct payment, they don't know necessarily any better. And so they're going to cancel that enrollment, and it would need to get reinstated once everything
John,
is
I have a
corrected
few
through.
questions for you, though, because you've said things, and this is for more than just the caller, too. If someone is due tax credits based on their income and situation, those tax credits are not automatically applied to the premium?
No, they can be. For most people, they are. That's if
And
you
when
take
they
it in
are,
advance.
does the government literally send money to the health insurance company?
Correct.
What if
They're
then?
paying that portion of the premium in advance.
What if there aren't enough taxes to get credits?
Well, I guess that's a good question, but as far as I know, there are. So, I mean, they just print more money, right? I don't know.
No. What I mean is, what if you project your income incorrectly?
Well, then it's reconciled at the end. So if you project it incorrectly, there's no penalty, but it is reconciled. So if you took more tax credit than you should have in advance, then you owe the difference or all of the tax credit back, depending on how much more your income was above what you projected. Conversely, if you make less than what you projected, then they owe you more back.
It's almost like
so
unemployment. They audit it each year, Tom.
So you get the credits based on projections, and then you actually either pay more or get some back, depending on the actual.
Or if your income is what you projected it to be, then you're squared away.
So right now, what does she do when Cigna is saying, sorry, pay the bill?
Well, I guess, my questions would be, obviously she's called Connect for Health. It sounds like you've gone through the processes you needed to. You submitted the ticket.
Are you covered right now, Catherine, or did they cancel?
No, I'm not covered. This is the issue. January 1st, I have been on the phone with Cigna and Connect for Health on a weekly basis, trying to get them to talk to each other. I have, 30 hours on the phone with these companies trying to get this rectified. And now Cigna has terminated my medical policy. Even though there's open tickets, they terminated me for non-payment of the $875 in January, the $875 in February, even though they knew there were open tickets on this trying to fix my premium. So I said to Connect for Health, what is your best advice that I do on this? Connect for Health said, I am completely correct in everything that I've been communicating to Cigna, and that I need to have Cigna tell Connect for Health Colorado that I'm terminated so that I can start a whole new application and forget this premium business, like wipe the slate clean. So my new problem is that I cannot get Cigna to tell Connect for Health Colorado that my medical insurance is terminated so that I can start afresh.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Did you work with the health insurance broker, an agent, or did you do this yourself?
I did this myself because I have had a good experience with Connect for Health over the last 5 years. Sure. I know what I'm doing. I have great experience doing it. And so I felt confident doing it.
Now, why wouldn't you go through a broker, though? There's no extra charge for it, and then you'd have someone to lean on, like the guys at Integra.
Yeah.
Well, the benefit, and you're welcome to give us a call. I mean, and especially there are some, we have a level of broker support with Connect for Health Colorado that can take things up pretty quickly and make sure there's communication between Connect for Health and the health insurance carrier to make sure instances and circumstances like this are resolved. And other brokers have that type of broker support as well. But I'm happy to have a conversation and get more details and see if we can step in and get some things fixed for you or corrected or resolved.
Yeah, let's start there. Let's see if we can get this done for you and get you some help.
Yeah, that'd be great. I haven't had any coverage for 2.5 months, and I do have some medical issues. I have prescriptions. I'd like to get insurance.
Okay, so here's Integra, and you talk to John Jr., 303-466-5500, 303-466-5500. Hold on a second. Mo, Before you let these guys go, Mo, you say you have something to add to this. Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, I just how you doing, Tom?
I'm doing
just
good,
currently
thank
got United Health Center or United Healthcare, and I was told that United Healthcare is going to buy out Cigna.
Is that true, John?
Well, there's always conversations between health insurance carriers. I guess we'll find out. I'm not aware specifically of that, but there could potentially be those conversations being had.
And here's the deal, Mo. That's not going to help her anyway. That's going to be a long time before that's all sorted out. But I appreciate the call. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If you're selling a home, you most likely want to buy one too. You will never find a better team than Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
If you're selling and buying a home, my team and I will show you how we leverage your position so you never get stuck selling your current home without a place to live. Your best interest is what's important.
Here you go, these three.
Martino urging you to use Frank Duran, therealestateman.com with RE/MAX Alliance, 303-920-1622. I love straightforward, honest dealings and expertise when it comes to plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Fix It 24/7 does that with a $39 service call, and the service call is mostly free, and I'll tell you why. $39 gets an expert to your home to find any problem, no matter how long it takes. They present you with a diagnosis and a treatment or a fix, and if you decide to get it fixed, you're not charged the $39. And that's how simple it is. 720-526-3939, fixmyhome.com. Hey, Made in the Shade is also a great deal. Let me tell you what I love about Made in the Shade. First and foremost, they come to your home and they measure and estimate free. Then they have a design help color expert to get you the shades or the drapes or the soft goods, hard goods, blinds, whatever you need. They get you and order them and then come and install them. It's all done in-house. They can save you money over the long run. One source to deal with, all the guarantees from the manufacturer in place and guarantees for the labor. 720-458-6566. Made in the Shade. Look for him at referralist.com. You'll also find Joe Lazzara there. He's a criminal defense attorney. Don't let that scare you. You may think, I'll never need him, and I hope you don't. But, so many people get in trouble. They have weird situations, especially when it comes to DUIs. And I'm not saying a DUI is a pass. I'm saying that Lazzara Legal will get you through the system, and that's what you need. You can't do it alone. Free initial consultations always, and flat rate pricing for whatever you need them for. 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200.
You.
Hello.
All right.
I'll tell you a little bit of trivia you guys don't know.
What's that?
I heard Kelly in there talking to someone about E.T. Yes, Drew Barrymore was in that as well. But
as well.
Do you know, hold on.
Here we go.
Do you know who actually played E.T. in that movie?
A robot.
Was that Billy Crystal?
It was, no. It was Wee Man from Jackass.
Yeah, sure.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Wee Man actually dressed up and played E.T.
It was 2-foot Fred from Big and Rich.
The guy wanted you to know that you're confusing Poltergeist with Firestarter.
Well, she was in Firestarter as well.
Yes, correct.
She was.
That was his.
She interviewed with Spielberg for Poltergeist at age 6, and she actually lied to Spielberg about it. She originally did get the part, and she did play it, but then they replaced the on-screen version with that other girl who no one cares about.
And when she was that short, she also played R2-D2.
No, Wee Man played R2-D2. Wee Man was quite the child actor.
Yeah. He got around.
Did you guys see that Grandpa one they did?
Yeah.
That was pretty
good. I didn't see it, but oh my gosh.
It was pretty good.
I can't, all of that makes me so nervous.
Someone emailed us that I should have sued the makers or AMC because we walked out of Cocaine Bear.
Did you really?
Wait, why'd you walk out of Cocaine Bear?
It was so bad.
What is it?
We haven't walked out of a movie forever.
What is it about?
It's about a bear that's on cocaine and kills people trying to get more cocaine. Based off of a true story, if you can buy into that line of crap.
True, yeah.
When they say loosely, I mean, come on.
But hold on, is it gory?
No. If it was gory, we would have stayed. It's kind of dumb horror.
What did you call me?
Yeah, I knew that came out just right. It's like a dumb horror.
You know, they're now called sex workers, Mark.
Yes, exactly.
Did you ever hear about the one that filed workers' comp for
No,
carpal tunnel?
workers, no, it wouldn't be sex workers. They would be workers that are experiencing sex.
Nice. Hey. Did you ever hear about the one who did file a suit for carpal tunnel? She was a phone sex worker.
And she got what? You mean workman's comp?
Yeah, for carpal tunnel. And it's like, honey, theater of the mind. You don't have to, golly.
Aren't there speakerphones that would probably...
I know, but it wasn't holding the phone. She claimed she was actually... Yeah.
And don't most men want to watch instead of
It was
talk?
on the phone. Right. I mean, you could...
No, way back then, though, there wasn't any of that. It was all those 900 numbers. I mean, Tom was telling me about them.
I mean, on the phone, you could just keep, like, putting spoon in your yogurt, and we'd think that it was...
We were out in Jersey not long ago, and one of my best friends growing up had another one of my friends live with him for a while, and he stuck him with $400 of 900.
Talk station. Online.
Nine. Here you go.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Leah, what's going on with Zelle? You know, I'm so suspect of electronic transfers of money, but I must admit I've used Venmo and I've used Zelle. What's going on?
Hello, yes. Well, yeah, there's reason to be suspect, as it turns out. What happened was I live in Colorado, and I was relocating to California, so I was doing all my research through Craigslist, Facebook, all the other suspect entities out there, and I got caught up in an apartment scam, and I can't decide which emotion is more powerful.
Now, Leah, you were moving. Hold on. So an apartment scam, meaning that someone talked you into sending money?
Yes.
And who was the someone? Supposedly a landlord?
So, yes, it was the most elaborate scam. I don't know how many scams I've been in contact with, but they had a Craigslist page. They have a website. I actually spoke with an actual human being on the phone multiple times. They had an HR person I was emailing. They sent me a lease via DocuSign. It was so legit.
Okay, I want to ask you something. And this was for rentals in
Yeah.
California?
Yeah.
Okay. And how much did you send?
Why go to California?
How much did you send?
It ended up being $1,000.
And there's no way for you to snag it back?
So there were red flags popping up, but I think my excitement got the best of me. So then I stopped it because they wanted me to send $2,000 more. Then I stopped, and I immediately contacted my bank, who said because there are these apps that they can't help me because it's an instant transfer. And then I contacted both the apps. I used Zelle and then the other one called Cash App. And they said they couldn't help me. I put in a complaint with identitysoft.gov, consumerfinance.gov, and
do these people still have a website?
Yeah.
How do you know it's a scam?
Because when I said, you know what, I think I'm going to go in a different direction, can I get a refund on the money? And he said, yes, how would you like to have us refund it? And I said, you can just put it right back on those apps, just like reverse the transaction. And I also canceled the transaction, but they have to accept that on their end. And he said, okay, will do. And then I waited, and then I called back, and they said the number was disconnected. But then I had a friend call the number, and it still goes through. So they ghosted me.
Okay.
And they still have my money. And then they rejected my reimbursement request.
What's the website?
It's delcourt.com.
What?
And they have 3 properties.
All right, say that again.
Delcourt.com.
And court, okay, as in court, Delcourt Apartments, delcourt.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Delcourt.com. And they have, are you looking it up?
Yeah, fully furnished 1-bedroom living spaces that are comfortable, memorable, and inspiring. And so you went to the one in Los Angeles or San Francisco? Okay, so yeah, it looks really legit. And so, and it says apply now. Did you do, and you called and talked to them, right? If you call the number right now, what will happen? It looks like, it really looks like there are individuals listing these. They all have separate numbers. Are you sure that is Delcourt just a listing service?
No, I don't think so.
Well, the Delcourt I'm on.
Individual numbers are for the. I'm sorry?
The Delcourt that I'm looking at, delcourt.com, there are individual owners listing these properties.
I think that's because there are 3 properties, one in San Francisco, one in Los Angeles, and one in New York. So they have a number for each property.
Oh, I see. So you're saying, but I have a San Francisco, they don't all have the same number either. They all have, I mean, I'm not trying to argue with you. I just don't see different numbers for each of them. I see different numbers for every single unit. Unless I'm not seeing something right.
I'm pulling it up right
but
now.
in any case, if you called right now their number, what would happen?
Last time I called, it said this number has been disconnected.
Oh, Delcourt has?
When a friend of mine called, it went through. Yeah.
Actually, now I'm looking at these apartments now. Hold on. I just don't know what I clicked and I saw phone numbers. Now I don't see any. Okay, there they are. San Francisco, you're right. Los Angeles and New York, they have different numbers for each one. Okay, that's what I was looking at. Sorry.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you call the San Francisco number, it's disconnected. The Los Angeles, all of them are?
I believe that's what happened. I don't know if I believe so. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to see right now. Hold on, I'm just going to call one of them right now, and I'm calling it on my cell and just see what happens. Just see what happens.
Try the Los Angeles one.
What's that?
Try the LA one.
I'm trying LA right now.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Let's see. I mean, I'm calling them on my cell. I'm going to talk to them privately if they answer.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so nervous. All right.
Hello?
Hey, this is Tom Martino, Denver, Colorado. I do a radio show where people call in when they have problems with liars, cheats, and ripoffs, much like Delcourt Apartments. We're live on the air right now, and you took $1,000 from this woman, and she's heard nothing from you. Her name's Leah, and we'd just like to get more information. You can call me back at 303-627-8466. Thank you very much. Call us back, and we'd like to talk to you. So it's not disconnected. It just says leave a message. Did you get that, or did you get it was disconnected?
I get it disconnected. Like they've blocked my number in some kind of advanced way.
Let's take your name and number. I'm going to mark this as pending. Let's just see if I get a call back. I doubt I will, but what we need to do is maybe have people bombard that number. I just want to give it a few minutes and see if anybody calls back. So hang on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'm talking to Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies as part of the show as well. And I'd like to ask a very quick question. If people don't have accumulated wealth, they have, but a lot of people do. If they don't, there's not much you can do. You have to rely on Social Security and other things. If you want to start accumulating wealth, what's the easiest way to do it? Let's say someone's in their 30s or 40s. What do you think the easy way to do it? The easiest way. Josh, go ahead.
Of options, Tom. You can either open a personal IRA, which you can really
put money away, tax deductible,
tax deferred,
before taxes.
Yep. Or if you're fortunate enough to have a 401k at your employer,
you should max it out.
You should either max it out, or if funds are limited, at least try for the match that the company is offering, because that's free money available to you. So it really depends on your personal situation, but those are two quick options that one could take advantage of to put themselves in a better financial situation for the future.
Okay. And at what point do you transfer money into, let's say a very safe, basic thing could be an annuity? At what point? Do you wait till you accumulate a bunch and put it in, or do you put it in monthly? If you ever wanted to do an annuity, does it even make sense if you don't have a lot of money to put in it?
Sure. Oftentimes, the most advantageous is wait till you've accumulated a fair amount of money, because most annuities available out there, Tom, don't let you continuously put funds in. There's a handful that do, but not many.
Okay.
So it's more advantageous to build up.
Basically, it's a transfer of wealth into it to.
Absolutely.
And then how long? For any kind of, I imagine it depends on the amount. How long does an annuity have to fester, let's say, before it becomes viable?
Sure, that's another situation where it really depends on.
Like give us some amounts then. If you had $1 million, you could put it in and start drawing it out in a few years, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Some will let you start taking income right away, so long as you're the appropriate age. Some will let you wait 10 years, 15 years, however long is appropriate. But yeah, it all depends on the situation at hand.
Okay, so let's say you had 100,000. I mean, that should sit there a while before you really want to get.
Yeah, if it makes sense to let it just kind of cook, if you will, over a period of time, that way you can create a more advantageous lifetime income. Yeah, you're exactly right, Tom.
And then some come with bonuses.
Yep, some do.
So if you put $100,000 in, let's say you have a 401k at work and you're leaving, and you got 100. What does that turn into with bonuses? You can go as much as 130?
Yeah, there's some that have a 10% bonus, some that have a 30% bonus, like you just alluded to. So it just depends on the company, what they're offering at the time. Right now, because interest rates are so favorable, it sounds kind of counterintuitive because
they're favorable for investors.
For investors, absolutely, or savers, yeah. So that's why we're seeing these higher bonuses on these annuities right now, Tom. So. Yeah, it's a really.
And in order to have that bonus truly work for you, how long does it have to sit there?
The only time the bonus.
Do you earn it from day one?
For the most part, yes, you earn it from day one. There are some that vest over time. Now, the only reason you would not get that full bonus is if you were to pull all of your money out or above the penalty-free amount. So it just depends on.
But you literally could start pulling out the minimum distribution, and part of it could be that bonus.
Correct. That's correct.
Wow. All right, we have more coming up. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Churches.
Our late morning commuters can expect a quiet drive throughout the Denver metro and beyond as we approach that noon hour. I-25 north and southbound showing posted speeds into and out of downtown. Heading to the foothills, I-70 westbound. It is a green and clean drive. And on the opposite end of town towards DIA, I-70 eastbound, no complaints as well. Heading to the south end for our friends in Aurora and DTC, I-225 north and southbound showing highway speeds. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, high of 41 today, mostly cloudy skies. Looking at some drizzling rain and frost out there. Overnight low of 26, tomorrow high of 43. The current temperature in Denver is 31 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
There are
the
so
windshield was
many reasons to
icing
get
up
hooked
from-
on Church's 8-piece shrimp meal. It's dippable, crunchable, downright irresistible, and it starts at
Here you go.
$9. The only catch? It's only here for a limited time. Church's Texas Chicken. Welcome to the great state of flavor.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, but you need to know more than that. He's not the one that has several offices and call centers and brags about it. I don't know why attorneys would ever brag about that. You become a number. And here's the deal. They take as many cases as they can and work the big ones. John Fuller takes only the cases he's going to work personally, and you will notice the difference. Fuller Law, you can find him at referralist.com. Now, John Fuller never charges up front. He gives all free legal advice. He gives you his cell phone number and stays in constant touch with you. Then, of course, you pay a percentage fee basis when he collects for you. If you want to know more, all you have to do is call him, and he will talk to you about your case. Yes, he will. You're not just a number with Fuller Law. John Fuller, 303-597-4500, 597-4500, myaccidentlawyer.co. I'll tell you where else you're never a number. Sheridan Auto Tech. I say this. They have everything you want. They have the ethics, the honesty, the knowledge, experience, convenience, and value. What else do you want in automobiles, man? And when it comes to repair and maintenance, all repair and maintenance, including electrical issues, those in themselves can drive you crazy. Sheridan Auto Tech, conveniently located on Colfax west of Wadsworth, well worth the drive. 303-455-7242. 303-455-7242. SheridanAutotech.com.
Hi. No, I can't do anything scary or psychological. I can't do Blair Witch or what was that other like low budget one where they were just like
Paranormal Activity.
Yes, nope, I'm out.
I never liked Blair Witch. That was kind of boring.
Paranormal Activity was actually pretty. Like,
That's where they set up the cameras in the house.
The found footage film.
I like super scary ones, though, like I Spit on Your Grave, Texas Chainsaw.
The most scary to me was
Original
Freddy
Scream.
Krueger.
Oh, Krueger
Freddy
for sure.
Krueger.
What
Oh
about
my
like
God,
the weird like doll movies like that Annabelle? Haley loves that movie.
I don't like those too much.
How about As Above, So
Chucky.
Below? My daughter said that's number one.
What's it called?
As Above, So Below. It's kids.
We might have seen it.
In French catacombs?
I think we did see that, actually.
Or the one
They get stuck down there.
Yep.
the one that's really weird is the one with the shark where they do the and the cage gets stuck on the bottom and they can't get up. I can't remember what it's called.
Okay.
And then could you do Open Water?
That was all right. I liked it.
Something like that where, you know, you don't really know the ending but you just kind of guess as to what happens.
Well, you know they die.
Right. But, I mean, it wasn't, it's
Yeah, I know what you
implied,
mean.
but
It's
not
like the end of The
actually
Sopranos.
shown. Yes. And what's the one, like, where she gets stuck on the rock between, like, the shore and the shark? I think
Jaws?
No. It like
Tremors.
I like Tremors.
I think it was Blake Lively. She plays like
One of the
some surfer chick, and she loses her thing, and she gets literally stuck at a rock in the middle of nowhere. All of her stuff is on the shore, and there's a shark that's like circling and won't let her get from the rock to the shore without. I don't remember what it's called, but I just remember walking in and Haley and my son were watching it. Haley and Trevor were watching it, and I was like, what kind of piece of crap are you guys watching right now?
I let my kids watch any horror movie at any age.
Oh, we did too.
Yep, never even gave it
Did we restrict them from watching anything?
I don't think we did.
Like,
Adam and I have
it's
some
not
of
like we
them.
were watching Porky's in front of them or something, but...
I don't think we... I really don't think we did.
Well, I don't know. My kids saw Caddyshack at 10. I mean, there's
I don't remember
a couple,
restricting them.
you know, pretty
from
decent
watching
love
it.
scenes in that one.
Here's one we wouldn't let them watch, and she snuck and watched it anyway. Faces of Death.
Oh, yeah, Faces.
Oh, yeah.
She snuck and watched that.
That's like 70s,
You don't want to see
Oh,
it.
Faces of Death is the best.
No, it's not.
It's all real
Here we go.
Yeah,
video.
it is.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-8255. Now, Nicole has an issue with a 2017 Ford Focus. And what's going on with that, Nicole?
So it's actually, not my issue, somewhat.
Whose issue is it?
My daughter's boyfriend.
Okay.
He purchased a 2017 Ford Focus on November 2nd from Levi's Auto in Denver.
Okay.
A week after he purchased it, the engine blew.
Now, this was purchased when, did you say, Ford Focus? In November?
Sorry, in February.
I'm sorry.
2nd.
Okay. I don't know why I thought. Okay. It's in February. And it was Levi's. And a week later, the engine goes out. Did he have it checked out before he bought it?
No, he did not. This was his first experience buying a car, and there were many red flags that a lot of people would have been able to see. But being a young man and this was his first experience,
right?
He did
How many miles on this vehicle?
I believe 56,000.
Oh, that's not a lot. What happened? Do you think?
So I'm not sure. The dealer did say that they had checked it over and checked the oil on it. But the day after he purchased it, we checked the oil once he brought it to our house, and it was low on oil. So he took it to the local Grace Monkey, where they told him that it only had a quart of oil in it. They went ahead and changed the oil in it, and then, like I say, a week later, the engine blew. He contacted the dealer, and they basically said you bought it as is.
That's right.
They did
except if they lied to him about it or cheated him somehow. I mean,
right.
But okay, so what was wrong with the engine?
So, he did not have a mechanic look at it after it blew. He was in conversation a few times.
Wait,
with
where is the car
dealership
now? Where's the car?
The car now is back at Levi's.
Wait, so what's this guy's name, the boyfriend?
The boyfriend's name is Billy.
Okay, did Billy take it back immediately?
No, not like he should have.
No, he shouldn't have. So I need to know, how did it get back to Levi's?
So it got back to Levi's 2 weeks after the engine blew. It was towed back to Levi's.
Who towed it back?
A local tow company.
No,
at
okay.
Billy's expense.
Nicole, I'm trying to get a sense. Did Billy return it, or did they come and get it?
I don't know what their intentions were by saying we would bring the car back to us. Basically,
what their intention is, they're repossessing it. That's what I'm getting at. Who initiated the tow?
Levi's.
Okay, so Levi's repossessed the car. Now the car is at Levi's, right?
Yes.
Okay, did he have this financed? Maybe they didn't repossess it. Did he have it financed?
Yes.
And where was he making payments?
I don't know the name of the loan company.
Did he stop making payments, or did he even make his first payment?
He hasn't even made his first payment.
Okay, so they didn't repossess it. They just took the car back. Why did they take it back?
I'm not sure. The only thing I can think of is they had Billy sign what is called a damaged or recalled vehicle disclosure addendum. And that basically stated that it's got an aftermarket exhaust. But
Wait. Hold on. When did they have him sign this addendum?
as they did paperwork for the purchase of the car.
And it said it had an aftermarket exhaust?
Exhaust.
Okay, that's not a big deal. I mean, but what I'm saying is, what's going on now? We got to find that out. Hold on. 303-713-TALK. I want to know what's going on. Is Levi fixing the car? Are they expecting him to buy it back or what? Hold on. We'll come back to this and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
You know, it's always this last break I have a hard time writing the lives, man.
Now, impact traffic.
Would you like to know them since you're sitting there, Tom?
Yeah, I'll just put them in. Go.
Thanks, man. Art of Granite, 30, and American Restoration.
Got it.
60, and yeah, he sees Paul is on, right?
Yeah.
All more foot
Teasing Kelly could be like a part-time job.
between Westminster and Broomfield, Highway 36 east and westbound flowing free as well. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies out there, cold, expecting a high of 41 degrees this afternoon, overnight low of 26. Tomorrow cloudy again with a high of 43. The current temperature in Denver is 31 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/bankingbusiness to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2023.
So it's really a good time to talk about American Restoration because the springtime is the time that most people have floods and problems with water. American Restoration can help your property no matter what it is, a fire, a flood, maybe it's a broken pipe, whatever it is. It's unintended damage, obviously, you know, or unexpected. And it's like all of a sudden you see black mold or you see a problem with the house, asbestos, or you need to clean up a mess, fire, soot, ash, whatever it is. It's called a property catastrophe. Don't be victimized twice. Call American Restoration. They are the experts with the EPA certifications, the know-how, the knowledge to deal with this situation immediately and to get you your house back and to help you rebuild if you want them to. They'll do as little or as much as you want. One thing for sure, they won't do just what your insurance wants. They will do what's best for you. And if you have insurance, they have to pay it. 8337-AM-REST. Don't let your insurance company do the shopping. You do it. 8337-AM-REST. AmRest247.com. That's American Restoration. The Art of Granite is a place to go if you're looking for countertops at cost. And that's the truth. They do countertops at cost at the Art of Granite. They'll even give you a price on the phone. They also tear out and haul away free, clean up all that junk, and they do the bathroom vanity free when you do the kitchen. Call for your price, whether it's granite or quartz, quartzite, or any marble, man-made material, or engineered stone. They do it all. 303-386-5919, 386-5919.
Hey, it's Robin Hart for
Verify.
Hey, Tom, what do you want to do about Leah? Do you want, I have her info and stuff. We can call her back at a later date if you hear from that guy.
Right. I'm going to try. Right. Okay.
Hey, Shannon, when did Robin Hart get back?
She didn't.
January because of Ginger retiring.
Oh, I didn't know they took her back. That's wonderful. That is wonderful, actually.
I've always liked her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take her on in basketball, though.
No. But I'd definitely kick her ass in computer repair.
So listen, so she's back on the, what station?
BCO.
Who retired?
Ginger.
Ginger.
I don't know if I know Ginger.
I don't either.
Oh, my gosh. That's so, I love this. I love that a guy who's been on for 40 years doesn't know the woman who's been on for 40 years.
Hold on.
That's the old, but I guess you guys were working at the same time.
Well,
so
hold on. I'm not saying I don't know. I don't know her by name. I probably have run into her a million times.
What's her last name?
We just know her as Ginger.
Is she kind of short and she had like light brown hair?
Frumpish would be.
Yes, that's it.
Yep.
I know her.
Yep. Yeah, she had been with BCO since the mid-'80s.
Wow.
But you guys
I
don't
know
really strike
her.
me as
Absolutely. I know. I looked her up. Or
you guys aren't the Dave Matthews and Sarah McLaughlin type. Look at you.
Yes, honey.
Hey, Tom, did you hear me about Leah? You want me just to let her go?
How'd you crack the code?
Free up the line?
Yeah.
Well, he may blissfully,
The
in
attention
his older
span's
age.
gone.
As Tom gets older, I don't think he can hear women that speak in your frequency, Kelly.
Really?
I think it's attention span.
Really?
Oh, okay.
You saw a squirrel run by.
I just thought it was like, oh, you know how these kids have
Well, I've
their
got her number, so, I mean...
kids have the alert tones on their phone at such a high frequency, parents can't hear them.
No,
you know that
that's
deal?
not true.
True? No, hell, no.
It's
Very
not
true.
true.
No, and Drew
Scientific.
Barrymore invented it.
Yep. Drew Barrymore was actually wrote it.
Actually, one of my favorite weird Hollywood things is that
Right, and
Hedy Lamarr.
Yeah, Leah, I think we
Hedy
can let you
Lamarr.
go. I've got your number
No,
at
Kelly, I was talking.
413.
Invented the thing that became radar and cellular phone technology. Hedy Lamarr.
Huh.
Famous Hollywood bombshell, Hedy Lamarr, invented spread spectrum technology. It's International Women's Day, and you people are completely ignoring.
It's what? International Women's Day.
There's a day for everything.
Hey, I love International.
I better pick where I'm going to dinner.
Yeah, you're going to IHOP. Oh, she can't hear me.
Did you know that Jade Barrymore, the mother, was admitted to a psychiatric ward when she was 13 years old?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Nicole, I'm going to come back to you, but not right this second here. I want to try to get someone on to talk about this engine, but I want to know. No, let me take you right back real quick. I wanted to talk to Paul the Waterman, but I think he can hold because it's really extraordinary what he's getting into. Hey, Nicole, hold on here. What are they willing to do right now, Levi's? Anything? Have you heard from them?
So, from the sounds of it, they are willing to replace the engine for him at wholesale price.
At what? At full what price?
At wholesale.
Oh, wholesale. How much did he pay for the car?
So he paid $16,000 for the car.
Okay, and how much are they going to charge him for the engine?
They haven't put a price on it other than wholesale.
Well, you got to put a price on it, and then we can see if it's worth fighting or not. What do you think they should do? You know, an engine, I don't know how an engine goes with 56,000 miles. I have no idea how that could possibly happen. Did anyone give a reason for it? Did he have it analyzed?
No, he did not. And, you know, we talked about, you know, that document that he signed with in the exhaust. And my question with that is the car does not have catalytic converters on it. Is it legal to sell a car that can't or won't pass emissions?
No, not unless they put on the receipt it was a towaway. So I need to see all the paperwork he signed. If it did not have a cat, it was an illegal sale. You can go to the Colorado Air Program and make them undo it.
Okay, that's good to know.
So why don't you start on your end? I'm going to give this to Deputy Smart. Who should we give this to? I'll let Kachina Kalori decide who she's going to give it to, and then let's work on that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're going to work on this. We got a couple of angles to go. Paul the Waterman, I know we don't have a lot of time, but if I need more time, I can take you back up. I wanted to ask you something now. I hear, now, years ago, my pool, and I believe my hot tub as well, they were purified using ozone, right? I mean, that was at one time. Ozone gas, I believe they used. And now I also know that they use ultraviolet, and what ultraviolet is kind of similar to ozone in that it produces like an ozone gas. What I'd like to know, Paul, is ultraviolet getting into the consumer market for drinking water?
Yes, absolutely, Tom. And I have one at my house. It's an ultraviolet light, and that ultraviolet light is basically a UV bulb that uses electricity. It's measured in joule ratings, and you want to make sure that you have one that's big enough to handle your flow rates. And so what we're doing is zapping and killing the bacteria, the viruses. And I was bringing this up because over the weekend, if you saw the news where a guy used a neti pot to rinse his sinuses, and he got an amoeba, a brain-eating amoeba, and he died.
I know it. Listen, sinus rinses are bad news unless you have a very regulated flow and you have good water.
Right. I had sinus surgery, and when they sent me home, the first thing they told me is not to use my tap water, right, to flush your sinuses out. So an ultraviolet light is something that you add to your home's filtration. It gives you that added protection to protect yourself from problems like this.
Now, can you do one for a whole house, Paul, an ultraviolet light?
Yes, a whole house, whole entire home.
Okay, but let's say that's
correct.
all you have. Is that considered purification, just the ultraviolet system?
Well, it's not considered purification because it's not taking out the chemical contaminants. It's part of the process.
Okay.
Right?
So in addition,
that's one step.
So the filtration part takes out the contaminants and all of that, but
right.
Okay, and the drugs and all of that. We talked about the diluted prescription drugs in our drinking water. The honest to God, it's there. Also lead, all of that through filtering. But now the ultraviolet is a step above filtering. It actually does what?
Kills bacteria, viruses, and would kill this brain-eating amoeba if it ever got into our water supply. So not only did it happen in Florida, but then that came out on Saturday afternoon. Fox News, the website reported Texas, a community in Texas was told not to use their water for rinsing for face contact because of this issue. I think it's an emerging, contaminant concern. And it's safe to say that a lot of these viruses and superbugs are, could be, in my opinion, becoming resistant to the disinfection chemicals that we're using. So, ultraviolet light filtration gives you that protection, for the quality of your water that that you won't have that issue.
I have a question about it, but I want you to hold. I have a very specific question because I want to get it straight between filtration and ultraviolet. And what's good for like bath water and showers and all that. I would think ultraviolet alone would be enough, but we'll talk about that. Waterpros.net, our expert. You can call with any concerns, of course. And this is Waterpros, 303-862-5554.
The winter blues are almost...
Tom?
Got it in.
Yeah.
Resend me the Mitch Floria ones like right now, please.
Okay, hold on.
I can't find them, and I think you did send them.
Okay, let me just see if I sent them. Maybe I didn't.
I might be thinking of Plumline, though.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. Let me just see. I'm going to go to my sent file. Usually my sent file has everything. I just sent you one this morning. Right? Okay.
If Mitch owned a pet store and I was going to buy a rabbit from him, the line would be, Mitch better have my bunny. Yeah. I like that one.
Okay, hold on here. I don't see.
I didn't see it either. Maybe you didn't send them.
No, I don't see where I see.
Do you have them?
Yeah, let me just see here real quick. I want to know. I need to know if they have a title on the bad ones. I'd like to look at what the bad ones are.
All we know is cart numbers.
God, can I hear it real quick just so I can find it?
Yep.
Just give me part of it.
Hang on. Hold your juice, Newton. I'll get this going.
Ooh, blast from the past. Juice Newton.
I love Juice Newton. Hang on.
Playing with Queen of Hearts.
Here we go.
When people ask me where to buy countertops, I say theartofgranite.com. All countertop materials at cost, a free sink with the kitchen countertops.
Is there any more than that one?
Bathroom vanity plus 20% off labor. Natural stone like granite.
Hold on. You can stop that now. I'm going to play this through my here. I'm just done.
When people ask me where to buy countertops,
awful.
Okay, hold on. Here's another one.
The perfect place to buy your
crap again.
Not horrible, not bad.
That's pretty bad. That's the same.
Hold on.
No,
get your beautiful counter.
Okay, somehow I must have done those. I want to see when it says I did those, because I did those before I switched over to Bluetooth. Excuse me, to USB. I was doing Bluetooth. So this was done January 5th. So it was way early. I have to redo these 3.
Okay.
Okay. I will remember that. I got to redo these 3 Art of Granites.
Yeah, but I sent you instructions on the new stuff.
Why? These things have everything he wanted in there. Oh, no, we don't want to do the sale. I know what he wants in there. He wants in there everything he used to have in there, all exactly the same.
Pretty much, yes.
Everything he asked for, I've been doing for years. So you're right. I shouldn't redo these. I should just do 3 new ones.
Yeah, and just make sure they all focus around, free sink.
I know.
Free
you know what?
bathroom when you get the kitchen.
Somebody else talked him into these other pieces of shit, by the way. Also, I think
I'm sending you an email on it, though.
I know. I know what to do.
I know you do.
He's
I'm
got.
Still sending
hold
you
on, hold on. Let me just get these, because it's. I think I have some good ones I can look to for. I don't want to say it on the air, but hold on.
New beautiful kitchen countertops in just 2 weeks? Yes, from the Art of Granite, start to finish, quartz.
Now these were done with the old studio. I mean, this had nothing to do with Bluetooth or anything. These are just ones I had.
Spending more time at home? Enjoy beautiful new countertops, granite, quartz, other natural stone, or solid surfaces.
Yeah, these are great.
No one does kitchen countertops like this. Prices on the phone, wholesale on all natural stone, tear out and haul away, free. And the bathroom is free with your kitchen. With the Art of Granite.
They're all good.
Send me that one.
No, I'll send you a few. Put them in rotation.
Yeah, I will, but that one for sure.
And there's a great video running around of if Alexa were Hal from
just the one he liked.
2001.
Which one? He's still going to think about it, so I don't think he loved it. The big son of a bitch, the Palisade.
He liked it.
He liked it.
Oh, you can see how it would go.
Okay, guys, I was going to go to this pool.
Hey, did you ever end up getting an annuity?
And there's paper towels there too.
Hey guys, use the bathroom upstairs.
Well, why would you?
Well, because it's a luxury setup.
This one down here is luxury.
You got a bidet.
Hey, bro. So yeah, we'll go over.
It actually gets the stuff out of you.
You don't even need toilet paper upstairs.
You hardly have to push.
Oh, now they say First Bank has to be repaired, and another one has to be repaired. What? See, I just don't understand why this has so much trouble getting online.
What's up, Dragon?
Hi, buddy.
You remind me, I told you that this morning, of Pauly Shore.
Yeah. Buddy?
Hello, buddy. You know who his mom was?
She owned the Comedy Store.
That is very true.
R.I.P. She was a funny lady.
Passed away a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
Telling you what, I'll tell you what, people.
He did all right for a little bit, but then he kind of just, I don't know, man.
When you do the same stick in the same movies.
What was the one where they lived in the dome? I always thought that was
Biodome.
Biodome, yeah.
Son-in-Law, I think, was one.
But we do the same character over and over again.
Was he the caveman or
yes.
With Brendan?
Encino Man.
Encino Man, yeah. Okay.
He was also in a comedy Suzanne and I
Correct.
liked.
Brendan Fraser was
Brendan
the
Fraser was
caveman.
Damn it, I can't remember what it is. What's that one we liked worth Esther?
See, what is it?
In the Army
Oh,
now?
yeah.
Verification.
Who's
That's
Esther? What is that show called?
I can picture all the characters.
Alone Together. Alone Together is so funny. There's only 2 seasons of it, and they canceled it, but my God, is it a funny show.
We've watched those 2 seasons how many times?
10 times easy.
More than that.
It is so funny.
More than that.
And it's all comedians. Everybody in it is a comedian.
Thank you. Thank you.
Even, who's the one guy, the brother that played Grab Ass?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows him.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up.
Okay, maybe that was.
They tried to cancel him, but he came back.
Hey, did you see? I know you watched the Chris Rock run, but did you see the Wayans one, the Marlon Wayans?
I'm shocked if I haven't. Anytime a new stand-up comes out, we watch it.
I think that one's on HBO.
That's true. I did.
Yeah.
Let me get rid of this.
I think that one's on HBO,
She's
but that
talking
one's
about Wayans
equally
brothers.
as funny.
Or Wayans.
15 seconds.
I think we did see that, actually.
The Denver Post glorifying and promoting an after-school Satan club at a Colorado elementary school, while the Post actively disrespects the Catholic Church. I'll have the details, 406.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Get your calls in with problems, questions, and complaints. We're talking about a lot of things today and things to help you. And one of the things we always talk about is water quality. I can't stress enough how much it sucks nowadays. And even the water systems now are sending out filters saying, don't drink our water. I mean, so even city water is no longer safe. It really isn't. So let's talk about that. Paul the Waterman's on real quick. And he's recommending an ozone added to filtration. But I want to make a very clear distinction here, Paul. I don't have water filtering for my whole house for showering and bathing and all that. So let's just take it from that standpoint. If I'm not drinking the water because I have your reverse osmosis system for drinking water, what are the harms of showering and bathing in city water? I don't think it's that bad, is it?
Well, the CDC made a recommendation to a community in Texas not to do that because of the potential contamination of this brain-eating amoeba.
Okay,
And
now,
so
but what I'm getting at is this, Paul. I want to differentiate. Will a whole house filtration system take care of those contaminants for bathing and showering?
Yes, you have 2 choices. We can do nanofiltration or we can do the ultraviolet light filtration. So absolutely there's a solution. And so there's the reason for it, in my personal opinion, because the quality of water today is just, it like you just mentioned, it's not getting any better. And I think
but do you need, when you have a reverse osmosis system for drinking water, you don't need ultraviolet on that, do you?
No, that's for drinking water, and that's nanofiltration that'll trap it. But I have a UV filter in my house because I want to be able to know that if I want to get up and get a glass of water right from the bathroom faucet, that I'm secure.
Okay.
Right. And so that,
I understand,
that's why,
but for filling up my bottles of water for the gym or for drinking water during the day, the triple filter reverse osmosis is the gold standard for drinking water, right?
Absolutely correct.
Okay. Then if I care about the other contaminants for bathing and showering, the UV light would be good enough for that.
Absolutely correct.
Okay. So if I have a UV whole house and I have a drinking fountain at my sink in the kitchen, I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay. And so what I have is I have the water softening, I have the whole house conditioner for the forever chemicals, I have the ultraviolet light, and then I use the reverse osmosis for drinking water in my ice cubes.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about. We know the reverse osmosis for drinking water is under $1,000. whole house softening, if you wanted to do it, for plumbing and skin and laundry and all that, under $2,000. How much is the whole house UV?
It's right now we have it on sale. It's $1,895, $1,895 installed.
Okay, and then as far as so a whole house UV can do a lot for the germs, basically germs, as what we know as germs, bacteria and viruses.
Correct.
Is there a need for whole house filtration? Now, I know whole house ultraviolet for germs. I know softening. Does softening filter water?
Softening removes hardness and hardness only and ferrous iron as well if you have that issue. So the next step, because of these forever chemicals, and remember, municipalities are going to switch to reusable water where they go right from the waste treatment plant right back to the house. That's where the whole house conditioning is going to become important. You're really going to need, in my personal opinion, three stages of filtration because of all the contaminants that we're going to be dealing with. Hard water, right, ruins the lifespan of filters. So if you have soft water, then you go to the filtration. It lasts longer. It does more. Plus, I wanted to share this with you real quick. You know that company that uses that special water? I clean carpet over the weekend. I use my RO water, right?
Right.
I didn't have to use soap. You didn't have to use soap. All the stains were gone using RO water.
I know.
And so water, so I mean, it's pretty cool what water does. Pure water, I think, is going to help the environment for two reasons. Because if you have pure water going down the drain, you're not putting all those contaminants back in it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. And what's the byproduct, the waste for home filtration?
It's basically it's all the minerals. It's the hardness minerals that go down the drain. So you're separating it. So a byproduct of a water softener is baking soda, and that's not going to hurt anything. And so the hardness goes down. Yeah, the hardness goes back, and hard water is not harmful. But if we eliminate the wastewater and we take the chemicals out, and the chemicals are, in the filtration system that we're putting back into our water supply is chemical free.
So anyway, if you need more information, Paul, I just wanted to get you on quickly because of this new move with ultraviolet through houses, and I think it's a great idea. No moving parts, basically, and they should last. What they last forever, don't they? Or almost, or what?
Yeah. The units last forever. You replace the bulb once a year. There's basic maintenance. And so, for a couple $100 is your operational cost, but you get the peace of mind that you got, bacteria free. We're putting these systems that I have in my home into surgical units in hospitals because they want to make sure that the water they use for their sterilizers are bacteria free.
And by the way, Water Pros is 303-862-5554. Troy happens to have a question for you. Troy, go ahead while he's on. Go ahead, Troy.
Hey, Paul, do you come out to Falcon, Colorado? And if not,
yes. They do.
What is the system that you do?
Yeah, we do. Give us a call. We'll set up a time. We'll come out. We'll visit you. More than happy to.
And by the way, one thing I do want to say this, Troy. He's not a fear monger. He doesn't say, these guys that used to go from door to door and they used to take a vial of stuff and say, this is what this is going to kill you. You need this, you need that. And then they would charge thousands and thousands of dollars. Nothing like that. So water purification is the next, in my opinion, is going to be as useful, or as they say, ubiquitous everywhere as water heaters, for God's sakes. I mean, I think you're not even going to think about having a house with a water system without having purification and filtration, because the city treatment centers are saying there are too many chemicals and drugs now. We can't get them all. Thank you very much, Paul.
Hey.
Mark.
I wonder, you just said something. I wonder why there aren't systems that simply boil your water, like 100 gallons at a time, and you always have perfect water. I wonder why.
Well, I don't know. Is Paul, does boiling make it perfect?
Boiling is sanitizes and sterilizes the water, and that's what it used to be in those. I can't think of the name, but before RO is.
Okay.
They had these machines that boiled the water. right? And they were countertop that they went away because the water temperature was so hot.
Paul, I mean,
So
Mark, that would be
distiller.
Mark. That sounds like it would be pretty expensive because you'd have to boil the water and then you'd have to cool the water or wait for it to cool. And
well, I don't know why a hot water heater. I mean, they're whatever $500-600. Why you couldn't make one that would simply boil the water there, and then once it's boiled, it's stored in a different tank, ready to go. I mean, I don't know. I was just curious because a lot of things they boil it.
Paul, why don't they go? That would be a simple system. Why don't they go to something like that?
Well, it could, but then with boiled, you're going to have steam and pressure. And so a water distiller does exactly that already. And that's something that's set on the counter. The water has to get extremely hot to boil. Then that steam transfers over to a separate chamber. It cools. So absolutely. But now you're talking about, the energy aspect of boiling water. It's under pressure, right, because you're going to have that steam. And I think the reason why they haven't expanded because of, it's kind of, dangerous in a way, right, with pressurized steam in a home like that.
All right. Thank you. That's Paul, waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. And I want to take all of the calls coming up. Now, Richard has a pawn shop issue. He says they're demanding some kind of settlement. And then we have Rudolph has an United Airlines issue. Again, it hasn't been the greatest year for airlines, and it's just starting. We have more coming right after this.
Don't let depression, anxiety, trauma, or addiction take your future from you. At the Raleigh House, their dedicated team of professionals understand that where you've been is different than where you're going, offering both.
All right, Tom, you're coming up next. You got just over 10 seconds.
Thank you. Create a treatment plan.
You're welcome.
This is your time. Take it. If you or someone you love is suffering, call 720-797-8717. The Raleigh House is here to help.
Euro Plumbing Colorado. I love talking about plumbing. You just heard us talking about water conditioning and filtration and purification. Let's talk about the best water heaters in the business for the lowest prices. And that's EuroPlumbingColorado.net. You got to look them up. They are unbelievable. 303-668-6844. Here it is, $12.99. Get you a 40-gallon brand new tank, fully put in, the old one taken out, thrown away, and new supply lines for gas and water, and that's all for just $12.99. You want a 50-gallon tank? It's just $13.99. You can't do better. You can't do it cheaper. You can almost not do it yourself for this price. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Hey, also something you cannot do on your own, and that's represent yourself in a real estate transaction. You'd be a fool to try. So many people go to real estate with just their real estate guide. Now, they don't have anybody looking over the contracts. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have an attorney with you, but you should at least have someone review your contracts for a few $100, especially if it's a big purchase involving hundreds of thousands of dollars. Or what about if it's owner finance? Or what if you're buying with someone who's not your spouse? What if you have a border dispute? Whatever it is in real estate, O'Brien Legal Services can handle it. That's what they do. Real estate. OLSlaw.com. 720-370-7388. Anything real estate. 720-370-7388.
And is this the issue with Weld County Garage, or was this a different one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Joel,
Thanks,
and
Dragon.
you're
You want me to move?
No, it won't
Okay.
let me in.
Dragon to the
My
rescue.
account's locked, so,
It's just weird. It just happened.
Pretty much rescuing over here.
Yeah, oh, yeah, look, this one pops.
Yeah, you're just going to try and plug it back in.
Okay, hang on.
What do you
for
gotta
me,
do?
And Tom will be with you as soon as possible. Okay, hang on.
Oh, there's screws.
All right. Ticket it is. Sorry. I was
Thank
gonna
you.
try.
Thanks.
Okay,
A
so
lot of the other ones, they're just. Oh, that was yours.
hit this,
Yeah. So that's what I was expecting.
and then it should have my
Oh well.
password, log in.
All right then.
I can unplug it for
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, there should be like 2 or 3 of them. Just as long as whatever you unplug gets plugged right back in.
Now it said incorrect. I mean, I didn't change my password, bro.
There you go.
Gosh. Get us all in trouble.
Oh, don't take us off air.
Take us off air for an hour.
What time is it? Okay.
Is that what it was? Hold on. Let's try this. Hold on. I know, maybe. Hold on. Let's just see. It popped up the wrong one. Please be that. Thank you. Now, okay. So no accounts here. Now, I want to know if it has my first name. It doesn't now have my first name. Okay, so I got to re-add it. I can. So you did away with both of my first names. I'm Martin. Where's first name? I'm showing you what it's showing you. It's not showing you. But where is it on here? Oh, I'm sorry. That's first. Okay. Oh, it is showing. But Wave 8 has money in it, so why is it showing 0? Let me just go to that thing.
For some reason, I'm back to this. Okay, there it is. Huh, so strange. My laptop is weird.
This username for all accounts. So let me go here. So, hold on. I have it right here. Why do they keep asking where my mother was born? God damn it. I don't know, so I just put in my hometown. It doesn't matter. Okay, so. So now, yeah, there's money in it. 8552. And it, yeah. So it's not showing that balance.
I must have lost internet that quick. Mikey was in my PC and then boom.
You mean our, well, no, because we're still up on YouTube.
Okay.
He might have lost everything.
No, he's showing us offline because he was helping me with something, but that's okay.
Okay, so this is showing 0.
Let's see if it goes now. You're saying if TSN was out, our show wouldn't be on YouTube? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
15 seconds, guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
.com or test drive one at your local dealer.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. By the way, Ideal Home Loans is still doing loans with an interest rate guarantee. So, no matter what, if interest rates go down, they will refinance you free of charge. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. So let's go to the phones. And we have Scott, who has a question on water heaters. Go ahead, Scott. What do you need to know, sir?
Hey, Tom, thanks for taking my call. I'm thinking I need to replace my water heater right now. I have a tanked water heater, and I'm wondering if you have any opinions about replacing it with a tankless water heater.
Now, the tankless has a tiny tank, and it's really the thing of the future, the tankless. But just keep in mind with the tankless, now I have 2 big units, so I don't have a problem using hot water anywhere. But if you don't get a big enough volume, you can take 1 shower for 6 hours, but you can't take 2 showers at the same time. So you got to make sure you get enough flow. It's called a constant flow water heater. So the biggest problem is generating enough flow. So if you have a family where you need 2 or 3 showers, you can take 2 or 3 showers, or somebody can be, you just want to be able to use sources of hot water, either multiple sources, or if you don't care, then you don't care. So do you have a family?
As you know, Tom, no, just the 2 of us.
What size is the house?
We use about 2,300 square feet of it.
But for resale and stuff, you may want to put in one big enough to keep up with the flow. Listen, they're not cheap. You're going to pay 2 or 3 times the cost of a water heater. But
yeah, our guys over at Euro Plumbing, they start at $4,500.
Oh, see, I forgot all about that with Euro Plumbing. And by the way, what you ought to do, Euro Plumbing also has high recovery.
And that one, by the way, that one was priced out to me in a 6,200 square foot house.
Which one, Mark?
The one for $4,500.
Would take care of your whole house?
6,200 square feet, like 5, 6 baths, whatever it is.
But okay, and it was.
Well, we have 4 bathrooms. Kids moved out of the house. We're down to just using 2 right now.
Right. Well, that doesn't matter. What you
no. What
from,
I'm saying though is the price. You're looking at $4,500 for your house, or
which is
less.
That is not bad at all, Scott.
Okay, that's exactly what I need to know. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
And so, did you hear Europlumbing.net? They're good people. I mean, that's where you're not going to get that price anywhere else at all, ever.
Yeah, I'll give them a call.
Okay, now Richard, tell me about this pawn shop. What's going on, Richard?
Yes, sir. Thanks for taking my call. So I got a letter on Monday saying they want a settlement demand since a gentleman came into my business in April of 22 and couldn't access my store. The letter says...
Hold on a second. Hold on. Are you a pawn shop owner?
I am.
Okay. So you own a pawn shop, and someone wrote you a letter demanding what?
Saying that they want me to remove my barriers to the entry.
Oh, because they have a wheelchair or something?
I would assume that's the case, but the majority of all the barriers are 48 inches or more.
No, but here, they don't really want you to do that. They want you to settle, don't they?
They do.
Okay. There is a new trend nowadays. They're professional insult hunters who go out and find websites, buildings, apartments, and places that do not meet ADA, and then they threaten to sue, and then they ask for a settlement instead, and you figure remodeling is going to be more expensive. A lawsuit's going to be more expensive, so I'll just pay to get them out of your hair. Here's the problem with that. Then the attorney will split the money with them if they have an attorney. The problem with that is you're going to have multiple ones because this guy, if he's represented by an attorney, will have other clients do the same thing. How much are they asking for?
So it doesn't say it in the letter, and this did come from an attorney.
It did come from an attorney?
Yes, sir. And if we don't do something by the 17th, then they have intent to file.
Yep, that's it. See, this is the new standard now. This is the new trend, going after people. Now, do I say it's wrong? Well, yeah, it's wrong because they don't really care about you having access. They really don't care. What they care about is money. That's it.
Yes.
So
that's how this feels.
I want to ask you something. Where is the barrier to entry at your store?
So approximately 6 feet from the front door all the way along the store front is all concrete. And then where it hits asphalt, I have barriers that are still poles around 4 feet high, and they're around 40 to 60 inches in between.
Now, so there is enough room for a wheelchair?
100%.
Then what are they talking about specifically?
Well, it says the allegations of the complaint refer to the barriers to entry currently present at your store.
Well, okay. Can someone in a wheelchair get in your store?
Yes, sir.
Well, can someone with a walker get in your store?
As long as it's not larger than 40 inches, which...
Okay, so listen. You only have to make reasonable accommodations. You don't have to accommodate every single wheelchair or walker in the world, okay? So, listen, man, you might want to see an attorney on this, but you might want to just not respond at all. Because, listen, I don't know what to tell you, but I think it was a drive-by. I think they saw those bars and just automatically wrote you down for a lawsuit. Listen, you have to understand, they're going to hundreds of people and settling for thousands of dollars. See, they're probably going to hit you up for $1,000 to $2,000.
I wouldn't even respond. I wouldn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, and then if they actually file a lawsuit, get it to. I mean, look, if you're not doing anything wrong, you may have to nip this in the bud. Just get yourself an attorney and be done with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
but if you reply or call them up or anything, man, you are a sitting duck, Jack.
Oh, so don't even call them up and ask them what they want to settle. Just ignore it.
Hell no. Then it sounds like you're worried. So yeah, I wouldn't do anything. Hey, Kachina Kalori, what did we do with Levi's? That Levi problem. Nicole, did we tell her? What did we tell her to do? She, her son bought the car. The engine went out. They're going to replace.
Right. I gave it to Deputy Dollar.
Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
Deputy Dollar. I needed to write that down. He's going to call and see if he can do anything. All right, this trend going after businesses is really making me nervous nowadays. I'm going to tell you that right now. Rudolph, what is your issue with United Airlines? What's happening?
Yeah, hello, Tom.
Hey.
Thank you for taking my call. You see, I have an issue. I've been dealing with United Airlines for the past 7-8 months.
What's the problem?
On August of 2022, we were flying from Munich, Germany, to Denver International Airport, to Denver. And our flight, about an hour before departing, was canceled. The airline employees at the Munich airport told us, come back tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, same time. You're gonna be flying to Denver.
So what happened?
Well, they didn't. First of all, they didn't help us. They didn't advise us about anything. They didn't provide us with the hotel. They didn't provide us with any sustenance, any food, nothing. They just told us to goodbye. Come back tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
Did you get charged?
unfortunately,
Hold on. Were you able to get the flight the next day?
No. The flight's been canceled the following day also.
Wow.
So they told us that was on the 20th of September 2022, Saturday. They told us, well, unfortunately, they actually had 2 flights scheduled for that day.
Rudolph, none of that matters. Here's what matters. How many days were you stranded there without a flight?
2. Actually, Friday, Saturday, we were able to leave on Sunday afternoon. 5 p.m.
Canceled flights, canceled your return flight, and you were there for 2 days extra.
Yes.
And what do you want?
No help from airlines whatsoever. They just told us, come back. You're gonna be flying the following day. And I read there's supposed to be that for each cancel flight, the passenger should be entitled of either 600 euros or 700 euros for each.
Where did you read that?
Well, it's in through. Be honest with you, I'm not sure exactly where I read it, but
Rudolph, when were these flights canceled?
When?
When?
It was on the 19th of August 2022. It was about 9 months ago.
Okay, and they haven't offered you anything?
No. The only thing I send them the bills for the hotel and car rental. And
how much are you trying to get? How much are you trying to get?
Well, how much?
Yes.
According to law, and then according.
No, I'm asking you, how much did you? Just stop with all that, Rudolph. How you don't know what the law is? I don't either. How much did you spend those extra 2 days?
I spent about $1,200.
Now, I think you can charge for the rooms. I don't think you can charge for food because you have to eat anyway, no matter where you are. So.
Yeah, but the airline supplies the food on the flight.
Rudolph, here's what I'm at. Please, don't confuse things. If you're looking for per diems, food has usually been left out because people eat no matter where they are. But the hotel room is a non-issue. They would have to issue you, how much did your hotel room cost for 2 days? And the extra transportation to and from the airport. How much did that all cost you?
The car rental was over 120 euros.
Okay.
No, 250 euros.
Okay.
Hotel room. The one hotel in Munich was
just do me a favor, Rudolph. I don't want to do a math here. I want you to tell me what your total. I think they should reimburse you, and I think there's an easy way for you to get this, especially from United Airlines, who has an agent here or an agent in Colorado. Hold on, and we'll come right back to you.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
A fairly quiet drive throughout the Denver metro for that noon hour. One major incident over on the far northeast end of town to Jeffco. Colorado 93 southbound and Highway 72 westbound are closed due to an accident. We are seeing heavy congestion all directions around the interchange. Back to downtown, I-25 north and southbound, no complaints. I-70 east and westbound, easy driving from one end of town to the other. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies with highs in the 40s, overnight low of 26. Tomorrow, cloudy and wet again with a high of 43. Thursday, high 46. The current temperature in Denver is 31 degrees with your Impact Traffic and Weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
If cold candidate calls,
10 seconds, Tom. You're coming up next.
Indeed, because Indeed's powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all from one place. Find your next great hire visiting Indeed.com/credit.
TheArtofGranite.com. That's the website for The Art of Granite. I've known Mitch for years. He's going to come in and do all of your stone, whether it's natural stone. Of course, you can do engineered stone, too, like quartz and the beautiful quartzite, which is the natural part, and granite, whatever you want at wholesale. And he'll tear out and haul away free, get you a free bathroom vanity when you do the kitchen. And all of this is with a price on the phone. That's how confident he is of his deals. He doesn't make you get an appointment and come to the gallery and showroom and waste a lot of time. Just give him a call if you're interested. If you like the price, come see him. They have a beautiful showroom in Golden, theartofgranite.com, 303-386-5919. Get your price, 386-5919. I love the way Made in the Shade does business. This is a pretty easy way of doing business. All you do is call them and say, I'm looking for window coverings, and at no cost they come out and measure everything and give you a price. Yes. If you decide to go with them, they even give you temporary shades or blinds so you have some privacy while you're waiting for the new stuff. And then what they do is they install the new stuff. And they have a design consultant to help you pick the right stuff. And they have all the major brands, all the major warranties, including their in-house warranty, because they use all their own in-house people. Made in the Shade window coverings, 720-458-6566. You can find them at referralist.com. Made in the Shade, 720-458-6566. Okay, the way mine used to work is I had one login, now, two logins. Now I only have one. So, what I need to do...
Hey, Tom.
I have that old login.
Tom.
Yeah.
Make sure you update becomethebanker.info for all their stuff on the live sheet for us.
.info instead of .org?
Yep, becomethebanker.info.
I never use that anyway. I use my money my way, but I
will.
No,
they want that used, period.
That is so stupid.
Well, I think they have it set up to get people to sign up for seminars. I think that's why.
Okay. So what do I? So I have to see right here now if I can get. If I have that same login.
Now, wait a minute. Why would... Andy.
I only have one right now. I don't have two anymore. used to have two. They've consolidated me to one. Huh? No, we did that. Okay, delete. Okay, they were all deleted, but do it again. Do it again. Let's try it. Yeah, just delete everything on that. So if I refresh. Okay, now I go back and add it, right? To the website address. I didn't realize you were doing it that way. That's good. Okay, so we're deleting it from scratch. Problem is, I think I have this.
Headphones. They're gonna get all cracked.
Yeah, I see that sometimes.
I mean, I bought these a year ago.
Really?
I think.
15 seconds, guys.
Your allowance for a whole month, Jack.
Huge savings, Dad.
SVEAGLE.com. Spiegel. On time since 1969.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Mark, what do you think? Small claims court for United Airlines? I don't know.
I missed the dang question. What was the bottom line?
Well, he was stranded in Europe for 2 nights because
what was it due to?
They canceled his flights, return flight, United, and then...
No, but what was it canceled for?
Hey, Rudolph, why were the flights canceled?
Well, they didn't give us real reason. You know, they just said some plane problems. You know.
Well, if it comes down to their issue, there's a possibility. But how much are you looking for, man?
1,200 about, or?
Well, you see, I read and there is a provision. I know about it. I just need to find out. And there is a provision which states that for each canceled flight, the passenger is entitled of either 600 or 600 euros or $700 for each canceled flight.
Okay, so is that a European law? Is that a foreign law, or is that, because I don't know of any U.S. law that says that?
No, there is. We do have a whatever you call it, the Bill of Rights, the airplane Bill of Rights. But I mean, there's a lot of caveats in it. I mean, it depends why the plane got grounded.
Scott, what did Scott want to add to this? Go ahead, bring up Scott. What did you want to add to this, Scott?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good, man. What did you want to add?
I don't know if it changed because of COVID, but as of 2018, the European Union has a law that if any flight is departing the EU and lands outside of the EU, any flight that is 4 hours late or more, they are required by law to give you 600 euros. But you do have to fill out the proper forms online.
I did.
Well, okay. If you fill them out, I mean, what happened?
But
what good is, I mean...
Well, when we filled ours out, we got our money back in 30 days. from United. So
where do you get the
'cause
forms?
It is EU law.
Where do you get the forms?
Well, he
you
said
get it
the caller
online.
said he already did it.
Okay, I missed that part. All right. So,
But if you know where
yeah,
to
we
get
never
the
had a
forms,
problem.
tell us for the rest of us, because I'm not
But-
sure
but
if our
tell
caller
me where to
actually
get
did
the
it or
form.
not.
I'll do it again. 8 months I've been haggling with United Airlines. They're just playing that card.
You're
you know? I
missing
mean,
what
they-
you
they-
were
they
just
don't do
told,
anything.
though. You've got to fill out those forms, and honestly, I don't think you have. You might have filled out some other forms, but this guy just told you what you need to do. Where is that website? Do you know?
I don't. A buddy of mine was reading the laws when we were on the airplane because it was so late. So we had already filled out an online form before the flight even took off. But it would either be through United or if you got to be able to just Google EU €600 flight refund, and it'll pop up. We didn't have any problem finding it, but he sent me a link versus me looking for it. So.
Okay.
Well. Yeah, I don't know what else to add. We had no problems with United once we filled out that form. We all had our €600 back within 30 days.
All right. Well, thank you for that.
I dealt with United Care. I wrote about 15 emails, and it was just a runaround. And then
Oh, my God. I'm going to say this
results
till I'm blue in the face. You got to find the proper forms. They're not going to do anything until you file the proper forms. I'm going to try to find them for you. Just stay tuned.
All right. Thank you, Scott. We appreciate that. 303-713-8255. Okay. Harris Family Law is there for you when you have a problem with separation, divorce, child custody, whatever issue you have. Go see them and talk about mediation, which can save you thousands and thousands of dollars in a divorce. Harris Family Law also does estate planning law, wills, trusts, and probate. By the way, they do that in conjunction with divorce or outside of family law altogether. It's a company you can trust, a law firm I've known for 30 years, harrisfamilylaw.com, 303-515-5000.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Fairly quiet driving throughout the Denver Metro with a couple incidents out there. I-25 north and southbound, no complaints into and out of downtown. Just west of there, 6th Avenue eastbound, looking at our normal congestion on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Heading to the south end, Arapahoe Road, a crash reported at I-25. And west to the Jeffco area, Bowles eastbound after Kipling, a brand new accident with crews on the scene. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies, cold out there today, highs hopefully pushing the 40-degree mark, overnight low of 26. Tomorrow, similar to today, with a high of 43, mostly cloudy. The current temperature in Denver is 31 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Lowe's always has more ways for you.
All right, coming up next, Tom, 10 seconds away.
Pros can save big when buying in bulk. It always pays to be a pro at Lowe's. While supplies last, minimum purchase required. Selection varies by location. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities.
FixMyHome.com. That's the website for Fix It 24/7, and they mean it when they say they can fix it. And they'll charge you just $39. They put their money where their mouth is. $39 to come out to your house to find any problem, no matter how long it takes, no matter what it involves. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. For those vital home services, Fix It 24/7. Once they find the problem, they present you with a solution with a 100% guarantee. Now, if you decide to have the work done, they credit you the $39. You don't pay it. The people I have at my house, and you should too, 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com. Now, for septic systems, you don't want to call regular plumbers. For septic systems, you want to call the experts. You want to call experts who can take care of septic systems because that's what they do. SepticColorado.com. Those are the people that can do it for you, and they're called Boonstra Excavation. SepticColorado.com. 970-278-6151. Whether it be any part of it or an entire installation, 20% off all services. SepticColorado.com.
What?
So right now,
did
you're
you
taking
hook
care
up
of the 401k, right?
those guys at Thin Law Group? I sent you an email on it here. I'll just resend it to you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't
Oh,
remember
shit,
getting anything for about Finlaw.
I didn't.
I was like in the first hour.
No, totally different. Calm down there, Becky.
You know, when I started thinking, what if there is no access for John tomorrow?
What does that mean?
Because he wants to be on Comrex. Then he'll just be by phone?
It is what it is. I mean,
I'll have to tell Kelly that.
Now, on this portal over here, this Ameritrade, what does it mean, link account? Austin. I don't care about those. Okay, this Ameritrade. Is that the one you're doing? Is that my private one? That Ameritrade? I gotta call these.
Yeah, no, I did not get that.
That's what I gotta call. Okay, you knew that. Thank you.
no, I know you did.
Tomorrow's
that's the
a good
IRA.
day for this.
How did we get that much in?
Yeah, reach out to him. Just get him set up.
Greg. Yeah, and I'll just put it on
Good
the
afternoon.
calendar.
Oh, okay, that's right. Put it in
Troubleshooter
that.
show,
That's
how
right.
can I help
Then
you?
we
National
took.
Consumer
Then we're
Martino
also
show,
taking. Then I had an IRA.
Martino show segment.
Put that in there.
Greg.
And then, the 401k we're going to leave to accumulate and then keep moving it.
Well, we have
So I
one
only have
that
one
is
Ameritrade
Compass
account.
Insurance that does the free
Ameritrade.
checkup.
Where are they here?
I don't know.
On the show. National Consumer.
Oh gosh, if it's an advertisement, I wouldn't even know how to help you.
The cash is all straight now. I don't need.
You know, I would go. The first place I would start would be referralist.com and type in family law,
So that's.
and there will
Austin
be a
Cab,
whole bunch of different law firms that come up.
Ameritrade. Individual. Okay. Now, tell me, what is
Doesn't
this?
sound- Yeah, I would check referral list. Yeah, I would check referral list, and you know that would be the first place I'd go.
Yeah, but I don't have that.
Okay, no problem.
I'm going to take those
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Troubleshooter Show. How can I help you?
because I don't want those in there. That doesn't show much. So none of my TV. I have a TV Ameritrade.
I'm just gonna see.
I want to take those out because it's going to confuse me on something. I will take care. So that.
Account.
Yeah, so
Account number.
We work with a company called Become the Banker.
Account
I
number.
would just take them out. Those two, the 800 and the 6. I don't need them.
The Banker.
They're in that. I will figure out a way to get them read properly. They're really TD Ameritrade accounts, but this TD Ameritrade individual, do I have the ability to relabel these or not?
All right, 15 seconds, guys.
Cancel student loans. I'll have Judge Andrew Napolitano, plus Siggy Flicker from the Real Housewives of New Jersey telling us about Jexit, standing up for those who don't have a voice, and more on The Joe Pags Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, man, we've had a lot of different problems. Now, Mark, are you saying in the airlines in the U.S., you have automatic payment for canceled flights? Because I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, there is a Bill of Rights for the U.S., but this was in Europe, and I just sent him all the info.
So he has to fill out, and he can...
Yeah, he's got a link. You do it right online through the EU.
Okay. By the way, on that pawn shop, that guy's being sued. I'm going to tell you something, Mark. We have come across this with websites. We have come across this with stores. We have come across this with apartments. They are these attorneys. They're professional suers. That's what they are. They're suers. They go out and find people who are violating ADA, who they think they are, and then threaten them. And they don't care. They don't want it fixed. They don't want it fixed. They want to sue or threaten to sue and get a settlement. How many of these have we heard about already? A lot of them. So, I mean, this is a nasty way of taking advantage of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Because once they get a settlement from you, nothing happens. They don't, they don't care about having that fixed.
They used to do the same thing. They'd go out there fishing for people with who would download movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're right. That's right. They used to go after a lot of people that had that watched movies and said, "We're gonna, sue you. And
give us $1,000, or we're gonna sue you for whatever, $100,000."
Now, there was a guy one time, Mark, that had a bank of servers, and he only ran a server business, an ISP. So companies would rent space on the servers, and he had a bank of them, and then he would provide the pipe to the internet. Some guy from back east rented some server space and had movies that he was people could log in and see. And the movies were all copyright protected and were not done properly. This guy was pirating movies. And he was allowing people to go on that server to watch movies. When they got on this guy's tail, he disappeared. He shut down. It turned out he was offshore. So they couldn't go after him. They went after the guy that owned the business, the ISP business. Now, think about this. You own a business with a bank of servers. Do you know everyone renting space on your server? They could be doing child porn. They could be doing S&M. They could be doing pirated movies. They could be doing drug dealing. What do you know, right? This guy was not only charged but convicted and sent to federal prison for movies. He went to jail because he had a server business and was renting to one server. And that one one of the many. But this one of the many servers was pirating, bootlegging, and renting out views of a movie. Or not, I don't even know if he rented them out. It was a membership or something. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine?
Crazy.
I know. And all you do is give server space. So the lesson there was you are responsible for everything. Now, so what about a landlord, though? Could a landlord be held responsible for renting out a place where they do something illegal? I don't see how they could be. Yet this guy went to jail. He did 6 months in the federal pen. 6 months. And that was an early release because of good behavior. Anyway, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. We have Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies with us. We'll talk about creating income and also just basic strategies when you're younger and how you should intensify them as you get older. More of that coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
That was for the phone system. Yep.
And they're idiots.
Yeah, it's X Blue. $10 a line. Yeah. Now we have AT&T. They've had them forever.
Yeah, I mean, you put a trouble ticket in for that. Yep.
What's the up speed on that compared to what I have now on the 200?
God forbid.
Yep.
There is no trouble ticket.
Okay, that would be fine.
It doesn't exist if there's no trouble ticket. Does not exist.
I think we bought the modem. Oh. Okay. Got it. Yeah, that's going to be too much, man. I mean, your competition's got a lot better stuff in the building. So, any other options? Yeah, I just need the one static. Okay. Yeah, where that's still going to be too high. Okay. Well, that's right. What are we, in the middle of the month, or how does that work? Yeah. Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, well, yeah, first of all, if you charged us $308, that was our old billing price, and the phone lines are gone. I mean, I'm going to want some prorate on that. That's insane. No, I guess what I'm saying, you're saying right now I'm spending $308 on internet. How's that even possible?
It's 93.
Yeah.
They billed us $93.
Yeah, Tom doesn't do low T commercials, so I don't know what that guy.
Well, I guess how much was it when we had the phone?
Must have heard it on Michael's show.
All right, so I mean, whatever. You're just making my case for me that none of it makes sense. But anyhow, so how's it? Yeah. I get you. I get you. You're like satellite radio. I get it. So what's the deal on the $89? Forget about any static IPs. Is there a contract involved with it? And how long do you want for a contract? All right, I'll figure it out in the next couple days what I'm doing. Thanks.
Hi, is this Caroline? Hello?
I wonder if Mike would know. Who's going to know?
Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, okay, yes, I can. This is Kelly calling from the Tom Martino show. I think we talked to you already about the truck issue that you were having. And you had sent us an email. Did you have other questions that you want to follow up on? Okay, when did you call? That could be our phone system that does that sometimes. Okay, remind me again. You had your truck was towed, and it's a follow up. And you, when did you call? Did you call yesterday? And wasn't this like from Progressive or something like that? For travelers insurance? Okay. All right. Well, I have you in the queue, so he'll come back to you as soon as he can. Okay. Hold on.
Okay. I wonder if there's another company in the building. I'm going to go see if Mike works here. Or Mike, whatever.
Irby.
All right, 15 seconds, guys.
Talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app while streaming KHOW and the full screen player. Just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by RenewHomeInnovations.com. If you want a beautiful shower, custom made to your movements, grab bars, seats, anything, soap dishes, stone walls that look like stone resin, no maintenance, American standard quality. It's Renew Home Innovations with 72 months to pay, no interest, and get this, half off labor. RenewHomeInnovations.com. The great bathroom people. 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000. So Carolyn wants to talk about a truck towed to a lot, and it sat there. She paid $2,000 to get it back. We wondered what the heck is going on with that. I remember yesterday, though, we didn't get through this whole thing. I don't know what happened, but it was a 2005 F-350. Travelers Insurance sent out Supreme Towing, and they took your truck to a storage lot, and you had to pay $2,000 to get it. Why did they take it to a storage lot?
They said that it was refused at the location that I told them to take it to,
right,
which I had an appointment with. So it was not refused. It didn't show up. So even setting aside that they took my truck, they held it. They didn't call me. They didn't send me any notification that they had it. We had to find it because I think they thought that they could maybe get the 30 days to expire and take title on it. And
well,
so
there's
then
way more
I
to
found
it than 30 days to expire, but keep going. What happened then?
Okay. So this business is doing, or this tow company is doing business under a name of a company that went out of business in 2019, I believe. And so then none of the trucks have plates on it, Colorado plates. They don't have any PUC numbers on them. You know, it's just, I think it's a...
did you, first of all, did you let your insurance company know that they called a schlock firm?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's being dealt with as well. But I'm saying this place needs to be shut down. Somebody needs to do something about it. Colorado is number one in car theft, and you have somebody that I trusted my insurance company. They have all these different trucks that down there. I have videos of all of the trucks and all of the people and all of the cars that are down there that was along with mine that was down there, and they are all under different names. The trucks, none of them, not one of them has a plate on it, a Colorado plate. They're going to car accidents and picking up your truck or your vehicle and then taking it back to their lot. Colorado law only allows you to charge $40.56, I believe, for storage. They're charging $90. They charged me $112 to open their gates. Twice. Then they tipped themselves on the bill that they gave me for $1,700 to get my car back, truck, $1,786, I think is what it was. And everybody says this is a civil matter. This place needs to be dealt with. They should not be able to take people's cars, hijack them, and hold them for ransom, and then you have to pay it or you lose your vehicle.
I totally agree. Why are they operating without PUC approval?
That's what I say. Somebody tell me that.
Did you call? Well, did you call to lodge a complaint with the PUC?
I lodged a complaint, and you know what they told me? They said we only deal with police tows. That's what they told me. I have sent a complaint to them. I have sent a complaint to them. I went in and I went in because I've called and I've emailed all of these different entities. PUC. I went into the Inglewood Police Department today, and he basically told me, you know how many cars are running up and down the street without plates? I said, yes, because I didn't get notification.
Hey, why was your car towed?
Because somebody tried to steal it, and they tore out the ignition.
Oh. Listen.
So,
Carolyn, I can't believe that you're saying there's a rogue illegal tow company on the loose and authorities won't do anything about it.
No, they won't. If you can't believe it, let me tell you, I have legal sheet after legal sheet after legal sheet. And I went into the Inglewood Police Department because this tow lot is located in Inglewood, and basically he just poo-pooed me and sent me home.
And they're
said,
called
well, if you want
they're
to make
called
revenue,
Supreme. Are they called Supreme or Superior?
Supreme Towing.
I can't find one in Inglewood on the internet, but
I can give you an address. The address is 2690 West Union, and it's Unit L5.
2690 West Union?
Union Avenue in Inglewood, Colorado, between Federal and Santa Fe. On the south side.
And you're sure that's Inglewood?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I see. Okay,
DNS
the only
towing
I see
or DNA.
Okay, I see DNA exactly DNA towing.
No.
And then Yelp, by the way, they have 4-star Supreme Towing on Yelp. Which
yes,
is,
but look how old those are. Those were when they were in business. This place wasn't in business. It says right on there that they went out of business in.
Where does it say they went out of business?
2921.
Where
if you
does
go
it?
On. I'm sorry.
She's probably saying Colorado SOS or something.
Okay. Anyway, here's the deal, man.
Supreme Towing dissolved limited liability for the company on 6/29/21.
So and there were no. I wonder what DNA Towing is at that address you gave us.
Okay, that's a storage. It's called Global Storage, and they rent out little pieces of ground with fences around them, and that's where they took my truck. They didn't go to the stop at all. They went right. I live off of Jackass Hill. They went right to Santa Fe, down Santa Fe to Union, and right into their storage lot.
So Supreme Towing and Recovery, I'm showing out of Aurora. I'm not showing anything out of the address you give me called Supreme. Why do you say that's their address? Why do you say 2690 is their address?
Because that's what he put on the invoice that I had to pay to get my truck back.
Well, how do you even know the name of the company is Supreme? How do you know it wasn't DNA?
Because that's what they told me that it was Supreme Towing.
What difference does it tell you? What difference does that make? Because the legal name for the company is DNA.
No. So what you're looking at is the storage. It's called Global Storage, and they rent out. So there's all different. There's a lot. There may be that one that you're saying is in that lot.
DNA Towing. Oh, okay. So you're saying Supreme Towing is also there.
Yes. There's all kinds of little
Did your
that you can
invoice have
rent out.
Supreme Towing written on it?
Yes.
You have an invoice, and on the letterhead it
Yes,
says,
I have 3.
and it
I have
says
3
Supreme
because they
Towing and
originally-
Recovery.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to have to Google this address and see what it looks like. You're saying it's a yard and they rent to a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
Okay, all right.
Look like office
Global-
buildings to me, Tom.
What's that?
It looked like an office building to me
Yeah,
on
that's
Google.
what
There's
I'm
an
looking
office
on it.
building
Yeah,
in the front,
yeah.
and then
no,
there
it's a
are
storage
all the
facility.
pieces that
I
are-
can see it. Yeah. So
yeah, and it has fences, and it has black mesh over it, so you can't see in there. Then it has Quonset hut-like things in the front, and there's a lot of things. Like there's construction companies that have a lot in
well,
there.
this one
There's
is called.
other towing
What I see on the Google is AGS Construction.
That's
2690.
behind, that's in front of it.
Okay.
That's in front of it. Then you go down a little dirt road. Right behind it is where this is. Off the
Okay.
beaten path.
Yep. Okay. Man, this is crazy. What?
Yeah, you should see me because I can't, never in my life. They have trucks that say they're AAA. And they're out there, and the truck is a AAA. It's a
But
AAA.
did the
There's
police
no plate on it.
department, did Inglewood Police really tell you they wanted nothing to do with this?
Yeah, I was there this morning. I sat there. I went
Wait,
in there
what
at
did they said
8:07,
we don't
and
care, basically.
Yeah, they
Probably a civil matter.
Mark,
well,
they're
No, I'm
operating
saying
illegally.
that's probably
You know
what the
what?
cops are saying.
But they're operating illegally.
That's what I say. You cannot tell me that.
Okay, you know what? We should have Kachina Clory call the Public Utilities Commission and ask them what happens if there's someone operating as a tow company without PUC registration.
Hey, Tom, it's I just had a call from somebody who said that an angel, a towing angel, said they should be listed on PUC's website, so I'm going to look now.
Okay, look and see.
I think it's a theft ring. They're unscrupulous business practice. What they're doing is they're not allowed to charge those rates. And when I went down with another tow truck driver, Reed Towing, which they're great, I went down there to get my truck back from them and pay their extortion, and he simply said, "You can't charge that." And he said, "Call." Her name, Jessica Romero at the PUC. I can do that, and it's under my contract with the insurance company to charge that. You cannot charge 90 days. It's $90 a day storage. It is $40.56 is the max you can in Colorado. And an after hour to open your gate or to go to pick up your vehicle because it was after. He told me I had 30 minutes to go get my truck. 30 minutes. I had to have a tow truck there, and that's the only way I was going to get it. It was if I had a tow truck there and the money in 30 minutes.
Wow.
And then when the gentleman from Reed, the tow truck driver, simply said, "You cannot charge that." He said, "He's not towing it. He's not going on my lot." And the tow truck driver says, "If he refuses to let me on the lot," I said, "Then drag it out here, and I'll pay you whatever. I just want my truck back."
They are showing active on PUC's website at the 2690 West Union, Tom.
Supreme?
Permit number and everything. Yep.
Then why does she say they don't have it?
I guess Dr. Google isn't in sync with the PUC's website, but on PUC's website, they registered their permit issue date was September 13, 2022.
Not one truck has a PUC number.
Well,
when I talked to PUC yesterday, they told me that they only
Well,
handle.
she can give you the number. I mean, they do have it, but that has nothing to do with them trying to overcharge daily. What I'm curious is, I know if you get towed from an apartment complex or a parking spot or somewhere you're not supposed to be, the maximum you can tow or charge for storage is at $40 or whatever. I wonder if it is the same when it comes to an accident in a vehicle in a recovery. I don't know.
My truck only had the ignition out. There was nothing else wrong with it.
Her
And-
insurance called them, Mark. This wasn't a street tow. Her insurance called them.
That's what I mean. I don't know if they have a different a set of fees with the insurance company. That's
but
all
they
I'm
are
saying.
okay. So they're not operating illegally. So our argument is blown. They are PUC registered. So the only argument you have is that they took it to their lot and charged you storage instead of taking it to the repair shop. And
Hey, Tom.
Their
Tom, my
argument
angel
is their argument is that your repair shop refused it. So I would take them to small claims court for the $2,000 and have your repair shop testify that they never refused it.
Tom,
Yeah.
my angel's saying she just has to send her invoice to PUC and they'll make them give her money back, period. They cannot charge more than the law PUC says. That's all they can charge for storage, no more.
So how much do
I
they
have
charge?
the owner's name to take them to court.
No, hold on. The
Sorry?
PUC said they would fight this, right?
Yeah, they're saying if you just send the receipt where they charge more than the $40 or whatever per day, they will make that company refund her the difference.
When I spoke to PUC yesterday,
Okay, but none of that matters. I mean, whoever you spoke with at PUC didn't even have their license number and told you they're out of business. It's right on their website. We saw it.
Did she hang up?
yeah, because
No.
no,
Carol?
I just,
Carolyn?
We got to take a break.
Carolyn, the
Nope, I
website
did not
says
hang up. I break.
Carolyn, the website says they will enforce the law for $40 a day. Hold on. We didn't take a 15. Hold on. I got to take a break. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 6.
I have 15 seconds, Tom. You're coming up next.
Call today to schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Zero Res Denver. They use really great patented water. I think it's reverse osmosis, RO water, super softened, maybe alkaline based, whatever it is. It cleans and it sanitizes with just water. No harmful chemicals, no emulsifiers, no soaps. It is what you want when you clean your home and your carpets. And guess what? The Whole House Special is 20% off. So have your tile, rugs, and upholstery done with the Whole House and get 20% off. There's a promo code if you want to go online. And all you would have to do is go zeroresdenver.com. And the promo code is Gimme More, Gimme More, Gimme More, or call them 303-471-5150. The best cleaning service I know of, and the only one I let in my house when it comes to carpets, upholstery, tile, and grout, and everything. That's zeroresdenver.com. Hey, speaking of greatness, Frank Duran wrote the book on greatness. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you need some guidance in this real estate market to see what your house will sell for, to get an idea of what you will net, to get an idea of what the competition is, he'll do a full analysis, including the comps, your house, the neighborhood, the interest rates, supply and demand, and all of the factors affecting your sale, and give you what he believes will be the net amount you'll get for your house and the gross amount. So why don't you call him 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Did you get that thing on my tie line while I'm thinking about it? Is everything good on our side? Oh, I just forwarded it to you. So they're saying that I'll refund.
Oh, yes, you did forward that to me the other day.
Okay.
Oh, good. I'm glad I have an editing capability.
Hey, Dragon.
Yo. Who decided whether...
If a client wanted every live spot sent to them, typically, how does that chain of command go? Do they go to their sales rep, and then the sales rep calls you, or what happens generally?
Typically, they would pull them themselves, whoever the AE is.
That's
would
what I
pull them
thought.
from the logger.
All right, thank you. How did I know the answer to that?
Some of us board ops like to be nice, and we'll pull them when they ask for them, but it's just as easy for me to do it as for them to do it.
Yeah, and what this person, and I'll call him that very loosely because he works in the building, thinks I can somehow pull these, even though it's not my client, and I have no access to shit to pull anything.
And who wants that? Who thinks
I'm not going to say. Fuller's rep. Here, I'll tell you that. I told him to call you.
Thanks.
No, not you,
Oh,
Tom.
Tom?
I
Oh,
literally
perfect.
did in the email.
Yeah.
I said, hey, I'm not here all the time, so you need to bug Martino. Here's his email.
It is easier when they ask ahead of time and be like, hey, we need X spot. It's going to air on Monday. Can you get that to me?
Yeah.
That's so much easier because then we can just get it live rather than, back time it and find it in the log. But nobody does that.
No, of course not. What'd you find? Oh, nothing.
Squirrels got in and chewed the wires.
Suzanne was chewing the wires.
Let's see. Thursday, it worked fine. Wasn't here Friday. Came back Monday. It wasn't working.
It was dead Monday, yeah.
Oh, was it dead Friday?
Mm-mm. Well,
When the car
who was
guys
here?
were in? Jeff and Kevin?
No, it worked fine. Yeah, because it wasn't working here when Bob was here. That was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the only time it wasn't working. Because I ran it from where Scott was. I gave him 2 sets of headphones.
Hey, what'd you do on Friday during the
Friday it worked fine.
during Leland's show? Y'all were screwing with it then.
That I couldn't tell you if it worked or not. Willie B sat there. His bong water might have fell over or something, but I'm not sure.
No, but they all go off program. They don't.
What
use
was it?
Offline.
Yeah. All right, 15 seconds, guys.
K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 K-How.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, I don't know what we do on this one with Carolyn. I don't think there's anything we can do. She's going to have to go through the PUC or even small claims court. I mean, she has a Jones for a Supreme, and I can see why. But as far as we can tell, they're not operating illegally, except they might have charged her too much. Steve, your turn. What's going on with you, Steve?
Oh, hi, Tom. Thank you for taking my call. I have a little issue with a dentist. I have my insurance after Medicare. I have $2,000 allowance by the insurance company for dental. And I went to this doctor even in 2021, and this was happening in 2022. And he and the insurance company have a contract, I believe, and he's supposed to allow 2 fillings per year.
Do you have Medicare Advantage? Do you have Medicare Advantage?
Right.
And you have a $2,000 allowance?
Right. For two fillings per year and some other stuff. Anyway, he did without my permission. He didn't tell me that he's going to do 4 fillings. So the 2 extra, the insurance company didn't pay him. And
Is the $2,000 dental benefits per year?
Per year, but only 2 cavity fillings is allowed, and some other stuff could be used. The rest of the money for examination or X-ray or etc.
Okay.
So he had filled 4 teeth for me in July. And I didn't know till I got the shot and he started drilling. I said, well, what takes so long? I thought I had only 1 He said, no, you have 4. I said, 4? So he filled it and all that. Then he sent me a bill. The insurance company naturally didn't pay the 2. Now he's threatening me.
Okay, how much do you owe for those 2?
200. Well, once he gave me a credit and one bill, so he charging me for 1. Now he's charging me for some of the X-ray, and total is $226.
All right, Steve, listen. I don't know what your benefit is. I'm just going by what you're telling me. Just because you get 2 per year doesn't mean the dentist is limited to 2 per year. It means you have to vocalize that to him and demand you only do 2 and not 3 and not 4. As far as X-rays and all of that, I don't know if that's part of your $2,000 a year benefit or if that's always charged to the client. Steve, it's really up to you to know exactly what the dentist is going to charge and not. Now, let's forget about the fillings right now. If you had no fillings whatsoever, would he have charged you for the X-rays?
I think $15 on X-ray.
15?
But the thing is, if he don't tell me what he's going to do, I can't agree to anything. He has to tell me what he's planning to do, sir.
Or you, Steve, could do this. This is a novel idea. Doctor, before you start working on me, exactly what are you going to do and how much will it cost? And does my insurance cover it?
I will do that in the future.
Good.
But
let's call him and find out. I mean, listen, they're going to give us a hard time talking to us about your dental bill. But here's the point. He's charging you. What I need to know is, did he go over? I don't want to talk about fillings now. Did he go over on any other service he charged you?
No, not really.
So the X-rays and all that you were complaining about, you were expecting to pay those anyway.
Those covered by the insurance, but only the insurance cover a lot with 2,000, except doesn't cover 3 or 4 fillings. Only 2 per year.
I get it, Steve. I get it. So he did an extra 2 fillings, and you did.
Yeah, but sir, he have a contract with the insurance company.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Okay. Does his insurance say he will not fill more than 2 cavities?
I don't know what kind he have, but
Steve, you just told me he had a contract. Unless that contract says you are not allowed to do more than 2 fillings, he did not violate a contract. What I'm trying to tell you is he may be a scumbag, but he did not violate a contract.
I talked to the insurance company this morning. He has to admit an estimate to the insurance company after examining an X-ray of my teeth. Then the insurance company let him know what is going to be done and paid by the insurance company.
Steve, let me ask you something. So, in other words, if he examined your mouth and you had 4 severe abscesses, your company would say you can only do 2 of them. Is that right?
They would say they would cover 2 of them.
Steve, so now you're telling me that the dentist would be prohibited from fixing the other 2 because of that. Is that what you're telling me? Because you're wrong. I don't want you going off half-cocked. I'm trying to help you. You're wrong. The doctor can do anything he wants. That company can't tell him what to do for you. They can only tell him what they will pay for. Do you understand the difference?
Hold on, Tom. Don't. Hold on for a minute. He don't tell me how many cavity I have. He don't tell me anything.
Okay. Here's what I'm trying to tell you, Steve.
I
promise. I don't think you understand. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. If I'm a dentist and I'm a professional, I am not obligated to know what your coverage is and what you can pay for unless you ask. Now, he should, But what I'm obligated to do, if you came into me as a patient, is to take care of your problems. And if your insurance company says we're only going to pay for 2 cavities, it would have been nice if he said to you, by the way, they're not paying for all 4. But he would have been deficient if he didn't address them. So I don't know why you're blaming him. You should know your coverage and find out what he's doing for you. Yes, should they help you? Of course they should. Of course they. It's not all his fault.
We got to take a break, Tom.
It's not all his fault, Steve. It's not all his fault. You know what I say? Don't pay it. Tell the judge your story. You know what, Your Honor? I had 4 cavities. They all needed to be filled, but he should have only done 2. Now, why is that? Because that's all my insurance is paying for. Really, just like you go to a doctor and you have a problem, that, and the doctor refuses to do it because your insurance company will only pay for one of the problems. It doesn't work that way. Now, should they have gotten your permission? Sure. I can't believe they didn't get payment up front. I can't believe that. Okay, we can assign this to one of our deputies to call the dentist, okay, and tell him you shouldn't have done what the man needed because he doesn't want to pay for it. I don't know what to tell you, Steve. I don't.
I pay for it. I pay for it. I can, and I have every intention to pay for anybody does
listen, I understand. I have to tell you this. I do understand what you're saying. I do agree with you in a sense that the dentist was a bad business person. I agree with you. But he did nothing technically wrong to you. And I don't think you can get the money back. I want to see when we come back if any of my staff disagrees. Do you think he can get his money back for the 2 extra cavities? Let's see. More coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
We are looking at a pretty typical 1 p.m. drive throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 north and southbound, easy driving into and out of downtown. Up on the northeast end to Commerce City, I-270 eastbound, some slowdowns between I-76 and Vasquez. Nothing too out of the ordinary there for this time of day. I-70 east and westbound flowing free from the mountains to DIA and back again. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies with a high of 41 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 26. Tomorrow, very similar day, mostly cloudy again with a high of 43. Thursday, high of 46. The current temperature in Denver is 31 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Discover credit cards do something pretty.
Coming up next, Tom, you got about 10 seconds.
All the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you earned doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
This is the shoulder season, which means it's a kind of slow season for heating and air. But 888 Heating wants to make you a deal. Here's what they want to do. They want to do a whole house replacement of your furnace and your AC, and they will save you $1,000, $1,088, plus they're going to throw in whole house air quality, indoor air quality packages, which are more important now than ever. That's 888heating.com. Give them a call, 303-770-2776. Now, we also want beautiful kitchens, don't we? The Art of Granite I've been talking about for years and years because they have such a simple way of doing business. You call right now and get a price on the phone. Whether it's natural stone or man-made engineered stone, they will provide it to you at cost. And then they tear out and haul away free. They do the kitchen counters, and then we'll do a free vanity for you in the bathroom. That's theartofgranite.com. Whether it's natural stone or engineered stone. 303-386-5919. Get your price on the phone. 303-386-5919. Now, Dan McKenzie is an attorney that does estate planning, wills, trusts, probate, and anything to do with elder law that you need. As you're getting older, planning your estate, you can trust McKenzie Law to do it right. 833-CO-PLANS. That's 833-CO-PLANS. Dan McKenzie. He's the expert we use on our show. Don't let your estate up for chance. Do a simple will at least, or a trust, or maybe a combination. COplans.co. That's COplans.co. So, guys, Mark, were you listening to that at all?
The dental thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like pulling teeth.
I just want to know. Oh, very funny. Do you think he should have got what? Do you think the dentist? Well, I'll tell you.
Well,
ideally,
the dentist, you get your X-rays, whatever usually you get free X-rays once a year with whatever, and then they know how many cavities there are. If the guy said, okay, fix all my cavities, and the doctor just did it, not caring about the insurance, thinking the guy knows what's covered and what wasn't, I have no problem. If for some reason the doctor knew 2 were covered and 2 weren't, but yet didn't want to tell the guy, then I'd say there is an issue, but how the hell would you ever know what happened? And then how about health insurance? If something's covered and they go in, if they go in for a colonoscopy and something's up, they end up charging you for it. I don't recall them waking me up going, hey, do you want to get that polyp cut or what? It is kind of weird, though. An insurance company would only cover 2 fillings.
Probably depends on his policy. Per year.
I've never had dental insurance I thought was worth shit.
Oh, yeah. We had the dental group gold plan thing.
No, even the big one. What was the big one we used to pay for the... Yeah, Delta. For all of our employees. All I ever fucking heard was complaints.
I have Delta, and it sucks.
They do suck. Just say it. They don't kind of suck. They suck. They suck the big one.
Oh, God.
When I was at the dentist, he said you got a couple cavities. We can check with your insurance company. We'll let you know. I said, just schedule my appointment.
Oh.
We'll figure it out. Not a big deal.
Okay, so
Mark, Tom's going to come in studio Friday.
Oh, good.
For car day, but he's going to be by home on Thursday. I emailed Kelly on it. She has everything.
Kelly, I'm going to show you how to start the video tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So come with a notepad and pencil.
Come with me and you'll see.
Hey, that's on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It is.
Willy Wonka?
No, Charlie and the Chocolate
Place
Factory.
of pure imagination.
I love that movie. Oh, my God. I watched it like 3 months ago in the middle
Johnny
of the night.
Depp or Wilder?
I love that movie.
Depp or Wilder?
Yep.
Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Wilder?
Wilder.
Wilder. Gene Wilder
Or Johnny Depp. Which one do you like better?
Gene.
Okay.
All the way.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Johnny
I agree.
second best to that.
Well, there's only 2.
Oh, yeah.
Street or online at buyandbuild.net.
Address hair loss with the same simple one-day treatment I received. AdvancedHair.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, I'm going to make something clear. When you go to a dentist and you have coverage, yeah, they should try to inform you as to what's covered and what's not. They should. But they don't all do that. Insurance has become such a mess right now that healthcare providers have you sign something basically saying you're responsible for your coverage, and what they don't cover, you pay. And I guarantee people sign that. Yeah, I feel bad for an older guy that goes into a dentist and doesn't know what's covered and what's not, or does know and doesn't know he's doing more than what's covered. But should the dentist not do it? Should he stop short saying, I'm not going to do these because they're not covered? Or what? Or maybe give them the option to pay and then do what he wants? Of course he should. But right now he's very upset because he got all 4 done. The guy's only charging him for 3. It's for an extra 1. So I don't know what to tell him. I think that what you do is and I'm a little tired right now of seniors depending on people to spoon feed them and nanny them. Look, we're used to that from a younger generation, but for God's sakes, use your ability to communicate. Do not be passive. When you sit down in a doctor's office, what are my options? What will it cost me? What does insurance cover? What does insurance not cover? Is there any discount for paying cash up front? Be proactive. People are not in this world to coddle you. I wish they were, but they're not. okay? That only happens in Congress. It's not going to happen in real life. No one coddles you. The same with auto repairs. The same when you're buying a used car. Don't assume the car is in great shape or that they checked it out. You check it out. Do you know 90% of our problems in this country would be taken care of if people had self-reliance and responsibility? Now, that doesn't mean I think people have a license to rip you off. They don't. And God knows I've been fighting for people every day of my life. But nothing more frustrates me than when these people get ripped off, jacked up, and bitch slapped. Why? Because they don't stand up for themselves during a transaction. How many times have we heard this expression? Did you get a copy of the contract? What's the answer, Mark? What's the answer they tell us?
I don't have a copy.
No, even worse than that, Mark. They didn't let me have one.
Yeah.
They did not let me have one. Think about that. They did not. What do you mean they did not? Did they have a gun or a knife? What did they do? They said, you can't have one. Sign it right now, but you can't have a copy. Before you even sign it, make arrangements for that copy. That's all I can tell you. And listen, especially when it comes to financial instruments. Okay, I'm talking to rpcenter.com. I'm going to ask them a question. I am doing an annuity with them, by the way, and I just wanted to talk about something. Annuities have, how long are the contracts? How long are the contracts? Go ahead.
Yes, sure, Tom. Contracts can range anywhere from 4 years to 12 years, depending on
No, I'm
what
talking
you're
about
getting.
how many pages?
Oh.
How many pages?
50 to 100.
Yeah. Do you go over every
Sometimes
page
longer.
with them? Do you ever go over every page with them?
I have read every contract that we ever give to a client.
And you explain it to them,
More than
right?
willing to go over it if they want.
How
but I'll
many
tell you, most
how many
people
clients
don't want to?
How many clients have actually asked for a copy of the contract before engaging in an annuity?
I could probably count on two hands the number of people that have done that over the last 20 years.
Who asked for one the other day?
You did.
Yes. What did I say? I said, could you please give me a copy of the contract, unexecuted, the total contract I will be signing before I even get involved? Didn't I say that?
Yes.
And I went through it.
Yep.
So the point is, people, how many people, though, truly, and I'm not saying you're going to screw them, because I do trust you guys. You go over and explain things to them, but how many actually read it?
Maybe I could count on four hands how many have read them.
Okay, now if there was a dishonest person out there, and you've run across them all the time, we run across them, especially in financial business, they get people to sign all kinds of stuff. They tell them what it says.
Right.
And I feel sorry for people that are in a hurry and have too much trust and not enough self-protection. By the way, rpcenter.com's here. We have more coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Drivers can expect a pretty typical commute throughout the Denver metro for the 1 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound showing posted speeds from one end of town to the other. Up on the northeast end towards Commerce City, I-270 eastbound, we are seeing some usual slowdowns between I-76 and Vasquez. Heading further east to the airport, I-70 east and westbound flowing free, no complaints. I-225 north and southbound. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies, cold out there today with a high of only 41 degrees. Overnight low of 26. Tomorrow, cloudy again with a high of 43 and a high of 46 on Thursday. The current temperature in Denver is 31 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so sweet and crispy, some are saying...
All right, coming up next, Tom, 10 seconds.
Wendy's French toast sticks are better than mine. No, Mom, some people are saying that, not me, even if I am thinking it. Choose Wendy's home-style French toast sticks. At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
The two best plumbing companies I love talking about right now because they specialize. Like Euro Plumbing does repiping, by the way, and then they do water heaters of all kinds. And they have the best deals ever on both repiping and water heaters. But I like talking about water heaters because most people need water heaters and not repiping. But don't forget to call them if you need repiping, okay? But with water heaters, $12.99 for a 40-gallon. 50-gallon for $13.99 with all the parts and labor needed and the tear out and haul away of the old one, including warranties. I love these people. EuroplumbingColorado.net, 303-668-6688. 6844. I also love Boonstra Excavation. They do septics. They're specialists, and they save you money. They're taking 20% off their already low prices for any service or product you have them do. They do all elements of a septic system. That includes everything. A new one or repairing the old one. That's septiccolorado.com, 970-278-6151. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, and the reason I refer people to him is because when I refer people to John Fuller, guess what? They actually talk to John Fuller. That's right. You call that number, and you're routed to him, and he goes over his case, your case with him. If you guys decide it's a good fit, he works on a percentage fee basis, and he works your case personally. He only takes as many cases in his firm that he personally works, and you get his cell phone number, and he'll keep in contact with you about your case. myaccidentlawyer.co, 303-597-4500. That's 303-597-4500. What's that? There is no snow. What kind of watch? Meister. I've never even heard of it.
Man, it looks like
It's horrible out
it
there.
looks crazy outside.
But I love them. I just don't wear them. I don't wear any jewelry at all. I don't like the feel of anything on me like that. But
I'm going to get you one of those necklaces you can hit the button when you fall down the stairs.
yeah,
Help, I'm falling and I can't get up.
thank you.
No, it would be more like this. God damn it, I fell, I can't get up. Now, wouldn't you agree with that, Tom?
I like
It would
that.
it would not be radio friendly.
It would not
No.
be radio friendly.
No, it would not.
Remember when Doc fell over at his house?
Which time?
Doc did?
He fell right off that bar stool.
Oh, at my house. He broke the bar stool.
All we hear is this.
Those
It was
rungs,
the
hold on.
craziest sound.
Those rungs are not meant to stand on when you get up and down off of a bench, off of a bar stool.
Right.
They're to rest your feet while you're sitting there.
Oh, is that what he did?
Yeah, he literally used it to prop himself off the stool.
He needs one with a back.
So those
And
things
that
weren't.
guy was somebody's doctor.
Those things were not meant to take his weight.
10 seconds, guys.
Those who don't have a voice, and more on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
Tom Martino here. Let's talk to Greg, who has a question for Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. Go ahead, Greg. What's your question?
I was wondering if Retirement Center for the Rockies, if they are a broker or if they are a captive agent.
Good question. What are you guys?
That is a great question. We are not captive agents. We're independent brokers. We can go to any company and get any product that we want, unless it's a captive company. So yeah, we're fiduciary advisors, and we definitely are going to do what's in our client's best interest as much as we can.
That is a really important question, by the way. I'm glad, I've never brought that up before. Greg, tell them why you're concerned about that.
Because a captive agent can only work with one company, so they're really not a fiduciary other than within the company they're selling for.
I had that conversation once with a captive insurance agent, and I said, how can you get, at that time, my better half, my girlfriend, not my wife, I said, how can I tell she's getting the best deal? You can only shop within State Farm. I mean, how could they possibly make the illusion that they're getting you the best deal? And Greg, the same goes with annuities. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, you know what? That is really phenomenal to know. Now, I do know that they have presented me with so many options, my head spins, and I can pick whatever I want. I love the ideas you guys come up with. One of the things I'd like to ask you, though, on annuities, do they, the captive ones, do you get to sell those too or not? Can you?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Now, are variable annuities, which are really bad, are they still around?
Yes, they are.
They are?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's bad about them?
They've got high fees. So first of all, and second of all, they're still invested in the market. So I'm going to have money that's going up and down in value, and I'm going to pay exorbitant fees, sometimes as much as, we've looked at these over the years, sometimes as high as 4 or 5% a year in fees to have your money subject to market risk. Like, why would I ever do that?
So wait, you're telling me other annuities aren't in the market?
Not the ones that we use.
What are they in?
So we use what's called fixed index annuities.
And what are they on?
They're linked to the market, but you don't participate in
they
market
don't
losses.
trade.
Correct. So if the market's up, you're going to get participation in the market. You're going to have gains when the market's up, but if the market's down, you stay flat and you stay level. So you're not.
And none of the gains are subtracted either. In other words, it ratchets up.
Yes.
Never. New high is a new high.
New high is a new high, and that's your new low.
Right, exactly. Your new. That's a good way of looking at it. It's your new high and your new low.
Yeah.
And when it comes to investments, I talked about somebody having 100,000 or less. You said there are still things you guys do with clients like that. Can you give me an example?
So, I'll give you an example of a client I worked with recently who is a divorce. She works in the healthcare industry. She had 200,000, but she has a few years to go before she retires. But she got divorced, lost a lot of the money she had in the divorce. She was worried she's never going to be able to retire because 200,000 doesn't throw off a lot of income every year. We were able to help her take her Social Security. She has a little bit of a pension and some income coming out of an annuity, and we almost doubled what it is that she was aiming for as far as guaranteed income the rest of her life. So she went from a position of not thinking she was going to be able to retire to having confidence that she's going to be able to retire and have everything that she needs taken care of on a guaranteed basis. And there's still money left over if she wants to go travel or play or spend it on the grandkids.
So you said when people are younger, they should max out any employee benefits for sure, okay, and do an IRA if they can. And then what else? What else? I mean, okay, so we got employee benefits and savings.
Yeah, Tom, there's a lot of strategies that can be utilized. I mean, we use life insurance.
You like that strategy?
Yeah, absolutely, if structured properly. That's the key. There's a lot of insurance agents out there that'll just sell you as much insurance as possible, but it doesn't really benefit you.
You like the
client.
overfunding and the cash balance?
We love it.
Because it grows tax-free. I mean, you can make it tax-free.
Absolutely.
Anyway, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, rpcenter.com. 970-663-3211. Save all your problems for me.
All right, you're clear, Tom. Have a good one, buddy.
See you guys. I want to just...